Good evening, chat. Good evening, Daniel. It's Sunday and we're on the internet. I don't usually stream on Sunday, and I've never streamed on my channel with you, right, Daniel?
This is our first time. It's so cool.
Yay. Yeah, dope. Um,
And thank you for having me.
we met. Yeah, no, thank you for showing up. And this is obviously our chat will know from the thumbnail and the intro video that we're talking about Power Rangers. In particular, we're talking about Tommy Oliver. Is that him on your shirt?
Dave Frank.
David Frank. Okay, so that's dope.
Thank you.
When you talk about him, do you feel like, is it offensive for me to call him Tommy, or is that fine? Or
No, well, he was mostly known as Tommy, and if that's how you remember him most, or like for you to remember him, then that's fine with me. That doesn't, because that's what a lot of people know him as too. But for me, it's like, again, I don't care. I knew him, like he knew me by name, so. But no, I won't be offended by that if you just say Tommy, because it is what it is,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. He was Tommy, and Tommy's he's a loved character. Okay, so
yeah,
this is technically our second time talking about Power Rangers in general. The first time was on someone else's show, on Cool Frog Show, I think, and I had no idea what you were saying. Honestly, I was like, I tried so hard. I was like, and so then we decided we wanted to do the show, talk about this guy. I was like, I need to do a little research. So I spent some time understanding, where the Power Rangers came from and who the green one is and his like significance and all this stuff. So I'm so ready to have this conversation today because I feel like I know the characters, and now you can kind of get into the stuff you know about them. And I was wishing today, when I was learning about or yesterday or the day before, I was learning about Tammy and the wife. I was like, what did Daniel say? What was it? I knew you said something, and I remember you having like an unpopular opinion, or I don't know how popular it is. And
I still do. It's still unpopular.
Okay, I can't wait to hear it, because I also came out with the very unpopular opinion, all said and done.
Really?
I don't know if I was biased by you, but just story-wise, I was like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, tell me more.
That's the conclusion I came to.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Paul is in chat. He said he has
Hey, Paul.
to get up early tomorrow morning, but it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Lip-Tarded is here, and so is Amit. Amit has stopped by. Look at that, from India. We're worldwide.
Hope he's having fun and being safe over there.
Yeah, I talked to him this morning. He said they've had a little bit of weather, but it's supposed to clear up. So we got to experience a little thunderstorm. And he says he's having fun. I can't wait till he gets back. I hope to have Amit on when he gets back so I can get all the information about India and everything else about him. Hey, T-Rex is here. Good to see you. T-Rex, are you a Power Ranger fan? I found out that this is like big. It missed me. So it started like while I was probably like, I don't know. I think it started in the early 90s, right?
Yeah, it started in 93. Yeah. So okay, I was 6 when it started.
And I was 12. So really? I was already, I was just probably too cool. Yeah, I was too cool for this or something. Because it never crossed my radar. I have a younger sister and older sisters, and we were always trying to like keep up with my older sisters. So if they didn't think it was cool, we for sure didn't think it was cool. So I missed it all. So you got into it right as it came out on television and stuff, and you've been into it ever since? Or how'd you get into it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was around since day one. Before that, I was only briefly connected with the Ninja Turtles, but again, it was the cartoon, and I didn't really see the movie. I didn't see the movies till way later, so because I was too young to see them at the time. But what?
Was it a comic book, or did it always start? No, Power Rangers.
It was always it was Super Sentai in Japan, but it was always a live action TV show, if that makes sense. And then it was brought here in 93. Though they tried to bring it, Stan Lee tried to bring it here in the 80s before. And it was going to be under Marvel. They were going to do something with it, but they turned him down. And then Haim Saban bought it, and then just the rest is history.
And I read today that Disney owned it, or controlled it at least for a period. Is that?
That's true. They owned it from 2001 to 2000. 2010, because that's when Saban bought it back. But the
Okay.
Disney years were some of the best, in my opinion. I love the Disney era.
Okay, well, then I think I find that as an unpopular opinion, just cursory, right? I wasn't there, just reading
Yeah,
about it this weekend, and it seems like it read to me like they got it back from Disney and helped fixed it, like, fix it back up or restore its
they brought
glory,
it back
it
to
seemed like,
kinda, yeah. They brought it back to its roots.
after Disney had it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and you liked the Disney era, but you're glad that it ended, or
Well, nowadays, yeah, I'm glad it ended because it
okay.
got nowadays because it got so woke and so lectury and preachy and annoying, and just if you didn't like it, you were a racist or a homophobe or just every other ism, and it was just
Mhm.
I like like it was putting things in that the show's never about anyway. Like it's an action show. I want action in my show, but instead it was just everybody talking. It's just like, no, did you know? In Dino Fury, this is the most recent, well, I'll do Cosmic Fury too. There are only 3 civilian fight scenes throughout all 20 episodes. 3 fight scenes with them like how we are in civilian clothes, and then there was only one in Cosmic Fury. It's like what? No, I want action in
That's
my
not what
action
you
show.
signed
What
up
can't
for,
we?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so I heard you say Super Sentai. That's the
yeah,
Japanese, what, the
Power Rangers. Yeah,
original? Okay, so is
yeah.
it have you
That's been
seen
going
this? Is
around
it the
since.
same? I
Uh,
just found out
it's
today.
more it's 50-50. It's more violent and more, comedic in some ways, like,
Okay,
depending on
are
the
you
season. But Super
okay.
Sentai has been around since the '70s, like 1975, I wanna say. That's how long
Yeah,
it's been
that's what they
around,
said.
and it's still going now.
Dang, and so do people know who the character underneath their masks are, or do they just change it out as time goes by and you
Yeah,
know what
they
I'm
change it
saying?
every year. Yeah. It's not like us,
Or
for the Americans, where we try to keep the same cast.
yeah. Is this the only thing Japanese you're into, or are you into a
Um,
lot of
I like Godzilla, if that counts.
I guess, I don't even know where he's from. Okay,
It's
so I was
all
just curious,
the same company from Toy Company. They're under the
so
same umbrella.
you go to a lot of Comic Cons to see these people, am I wrong?
Yeah,
That's
you're
right?
correct.
Okay, and at the Comic Cons, that's kind of so that's, I guess, why I thought it was, somehow adapted from a comic book because it's in there. How come
I
it
think
is?
they have comics now, and they had them back in the '90s
Oh,
too. But I'm not that big of a comic book guy. I got some of the comics here, but not like there are very
okay,
few comics I have,
okay.
if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, so you just that just happens to be where they show up to meet and greet our Comic Cons, so that's
Yeah,
why you okay. Cool. All right. So then so you started watching them in the 90s. How did you like you said they know you personally. So how the heck does that
yeah.
happen?
Just from going to cons over and over, they see my face and they know who I am, and
That much,
they
huh?
recognize me in costumes. And yeah, it's crazy.
That's kind of cool actually. You're
Well,
like
thank you.
it is pretty cool. Like you're pretty dedicated and it's one thing to be a fan, it's another thing for them to know you. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's another level. It's dope. Okay. So then I did see this theory that this we're gonna talk mostly about the green one today, but there's this like curse of the Power Ranger. What the
I've
heck? I
heard that.
saw like the girl, not one of these girls. Let me find a different picture.
You're talking about Twee Trang, Trini.
Yeah, yeah, the yellow one.
Yeah,
Share this. The yellow one. She died,
yeah. In
and
a,
then
drunk driving accident, some dude hit her, and she was with a group of friends.
the green one died. But then other ones like committed murder, right? Didn't two of them commit murder? It's like the curse of
Yeah,
being a Power Ranger.
Rick Medina, which even that we don't know everything on. Like there's some shady things there, but I don't hate the dude. I only met him once, but I don't hate him.
Yeah, I don't hate him either. And another one though, hold on, let me scroll. I think this is actually the article. It is. Let me make this bigger on my side. This was okay, that was her. She passed away in a car accident. Um, and then Jason David Frank also passed away.
Suicide, which
Um,
I don't buy it.
Okay, and I remember asking you, like, it doesn't make sense that she could even do this. So now that I'm familiar a little bit with them, I have more questions about that. Let me find out who else is cursed though. Um, this is Skylar De Leon. Is that the one you were just talking about?
Yeah, he was the other one too, or he was um
He confessed to
one.
murdering 2 people?
Yeah, but he. What's interesting about that too is some questions have came up on him too now. Like people aren't entirely sure it was if he was the kid on the episode who killed those people.
Oh, I
Because he
see, I
was on an
see.
episode of Mighty Morphin called Second Chance, but again, we're not entirely like
Got it.
because
So that's
there's
suspect.
yeah because someone recently put out the pictures of the call sheets. I think it was Power Rangers Retro Center or um, one of the Power Rangers sites. Anyway, um, his name wasn't on the call sheet, so it might not even be
Uh,
Skylar. But who knows? So there's
Shit.
still many questions around that.
Okay, I feel like then he doesn't get to have credit. Because we've heard from Daniel Romano that he's not even on the call sheets. That's we're not gonna give him that one. But so here's the other one, Ricardo Medina, and he
Yeah,
says
he's the
he
dude I met. Yeah.
gruesome killing of who? Oh, his roommate, he stabbed him with a sword.
Hmm.
That's cosplay shit, I believe that's something that would happen to possibly a Power Ranger fan.
What's crazy is his character in Samurai, Power Ranger Samurai, which they kind of talk about there. Like his character had a sword, and it was like it needed to quench that thirst, the killing,
Oh,
even though they didn't do
no.
much. Isn't that weird how it kind of
Yeah.
twists into reality? But again, I still got to wonder what was going on that night with him. You know.
Yikes, that is crazy. He looks kinda crazy-eyed. I know you can tell
Yeah.
in women. Maybe you can tell in dudes too. Okay, so that's the curse
I
of
heard there was
him.
a lot of craziness going on that, if you know what I mean. Like,
Mhm. Gross. Oh, him and his roommate were on some shit, huh? It
yeah.
turns out you can there's this lady in California that stabbed her boyfriend and her dog, like, 108 times on marijuana, so you don't even have to be on any crazy drugs anymore.
Yeah. Where are they putting in it?
Nothing crazy, just gonna be crazy, no matter which drugs you put him on. Let me
True.
show you this. Let me show you what happened with the AI. I was trying to find out about the clone theory of Jason David Frank, and I honestly thought it was a real theory. I was like, "Wait a minute, what's this?" I thought it tied into real life, but it's like fan fiction, right? It's just them talking about how he could possibly I don't know, it's like fan stuff, right? Lore.
Yeah, because there was in season 2 there was an episode called or a three-parter called Return of the Green Ranger where they cloned Jason or Tommy in it, and he fought his clone self in it. So, but I
Mhm.
don't think there's an actual JDF clone out there. But that would be interesting if there
I
was.
looked. I looked and I was like, "Hey, AI, find me a picture of a dude who looks like him so we can create this." And I don't even maybe Chad can help me figure out what this guy looks like so I can introduce this clone to the world. But in the process of that, I want to show you. I don't know if you remember this, but on my show, I have this like running argument with the AI. It likes to be a dick to me. And it did it again when I was searching for this clone theory. I needed the AI. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have the AI just search the whole internet for me, and then I'll click on its sources and go from there, right? So I ask it. I said, "Tell me about the Jason David Frank clone theory." It says the clone theory is fan-made conspiracy that claims the actor who played Tommy Oliver in the Power Rangers franchise was replaced by a clone after his death in 2022. The theory is based on the fact that Frank appeared in the Netflix special Power Rangers Once and Away and Always in 2024, despite his official obituary stating that he died in a car accident in 2022. Some of his fans believe the clone was created by a secret organization that wanted to use Frank's popularity and influence for their own agenda. The important part here is they told me that his official obituary stated that he died in a car accident in 2022. I'm like, huh? So I clicked on this number one and I searched up the source, right? They're sourcing it to me. And there's nothing in this article about his official obituary. So I asked the AI again. I say, you said his official death was a car accident. I cannot find information on Jason David Frank dying in a car accident on his official obituary. And this is what the AI says to me. I apologize for the confusion. I meant to say that his official obituary stated that he died in Texas, not in a car accident. That was a mistake on my part. According to the reports, Frank died of natural causes on November 19th, 2022. Two things are happening here, chat. It's still getting it wrong, but the AI was like, oh, I misspoke. The fuck you misspoke? I don't
How
understand
can
this.
I
I
misspeak?
meant to say, I made a mistake. I'm like, what? How strange. He actually died of suicide. He didn't die of natural causes. The AI is just fucking with me. But I was like, this is crazy that it's literally going to say, oh, I meant to say he died in Texas, not a car accident. Those are different keys, keyboard. I'm like, what?
It
This is
makes
crazy to
no
me.
sense.
It really make no sense. I don't know if I could trust you, AI. It's like doing this so I stop coming back. It's like I'm gonna piss her off to the point where she quits asking me dumb questions. That's not gonna stop. Okay, so before we get in, we covered clone theory now. I hate the AI for that. But before we get into any
That is interesting, though. I'll say that. That is interesting.
that the AI is trying to like say different things, or that those are the theories it came up with.
That's the theory that I came up with, a car accident and just like he's a clone. It's like, wait, what? But again, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's trying to lead me down the wrong path. So if I get anything wrong, we'll just blame the AI from the research
Yeah.
it made me do. Okay, so I don't think I have anything else up to click on to look at. I had a Reddit thing open about the clone theory. It's kind of lame. Let's get into his suicide and is that what you want to talk about? Is that okay if we hop straight into that? Because I'm so curious about what was going on so a few things. I don't know where to even start, but I did read that he passed away in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
His wife filed for divorce earlier that year.
Mm-hmm.
The year before that, his stepdaughter, whom he raised as his, I think, died, and he had found her. So that was a
Yeah.
little bit traumatic. And then I just found out that he has a son from his first marriage.
Yeah, and he's a pedo.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I just found out that he's a pedo. So, but in 2022, he pled guilty to those charges. So he's got the guilty son. My son's a freaking sex offender. My daughter is dead. My wife is divorced thing. And then the suicide. I'm like, that is a lot, leading up to that to consider, I think.
Yeah, I can see both sides, but at the same time, there was too much going on for him to wanna, in my opinion, to kill himself.
Okay.
Because he had Legend of the White Dragon coming out. It was supposed to come out either that year, 2022 or 2023. But now it's been pushed forward to 2024. We don't know what date. But I think just there's two plus with the divorce coming, he couldn't stop working. He couldn't stop doing cons. He was doing a con that week of his suicide. So
Well,
suicide.
that's what I mean. Okay. So two things, right? He could have been like, I'm not going to work forever for you. Once he realized that his prenup was going to be null. Didn't something about his prenup happen? Like she files for divorce and she's like, I want to stay in the house. I want you to pay my bills. I need you to keep the
Yeah.
electricity on. I need access to your bank so I could sue your ass. Like those are
Mm-hmm.
the things she's requesting, right?
And now she's doing a nonprofit for suicide. It was like, okay, sure, Like I just
What's
don't.
bizarre?
I think she's just laundering money. If we're going to be frank here, I think it's just a money laundering scheme. She's just using that as a front because before then, she made some claims on Instagram or on TMZ, and then I followed her after that because she said Jason was abusive. So I followed her on Insta to see if she said any more on that, and it wasn't until after his death she talked about it, but she never got into specifics like she of what TMZ said, which interesting thing, someone did a review of their prenup, and in the prenup, and one of Jason's stipulations was, "Don't go to TMZ about our problems." And what did Tammy do? Go to TMZ, and isn't that like,
Wow. That
yeah,
is interesting, and I couldn't find any of their divorce stuff anywhere. I just saw that TMZ had the copy of it, and I'm like, "What in the crap? Why would they? How did they
yeah,
get this?" But they're also the ones that tried to verify her story in Texas that morning, and are the ones that spoke to the cops. So they're the
hmm
ones that kind of, unfortunately for her, blew her story, in my opinion, out because her story and their story don't match. So, chat, if at some point the story, they found out that he dies, the media finds out, his agent says, we want to confirm it, just give them some peace. And there was kind of split. A lot of people, like the freaking AI did yesterday, thought that he had passed away in a car accident. And what the wife does, the estranged wife, which doesn't like to be called, she goes out to set the record straight within the week of him dying and be like, no, 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 no car accident, none of natural causes. He
yeah, yeah.
suicided. And I'm like, well, that's a freaking
That was,
strange thing to do.
yeah, and it was so quick. Like, how could it be determined that quick? You know, like, oh yeah, suicide. Don't worry. Don't look over there. Don't question. Don't.
And she was like making it public. I would think that
Yeah,
my significant other that everyone loved, especially some of them young kids, he has a Jesus tat on his arm. You don't want them to like break them in any way. You just let it be that. Let it, like, the people who know, and the people who don't, like, go to People magazine and be like, just so everyone knows it was suicide. Like, what the fuck? Why did you want everyone to know that about him? It makes
yeah.
no sense. To clear her name. She was doing it for her sake.
It's
She's like,
all
people
the.
are saying it's
You should have
bizarre.
watched the funeral. There's a, like, you can see it on YouTube or whatever, but I watched it when they did it on his Facebook. Anyway, she made the entire funeral about herself, and it was just the worst. It's like, dude, it's amazing to me how people just suddenly forget. Like, it's only been a year, so, or well, 2 years now, but like 2 years and now all of a sudden everything's okay. We all love Tammy now. It's like, no, where you people been? Like, but I don't know. Again,
Well,
I'm in the
okay.
minority on this stuff. I don't,
But,
but
how
there's a
about
lot
the
of
fact
moving parts.
they use his Instagram still like he's alive? I'm like, this
Yeah,
is bizarre. I'm not even a fan, but this is bizarre. And if you back up from it and look at what they're trying to tell you, they're like, buy our stuff. Here's our stuff. Here's this guy. Buy our stuff. Tammy's dope. Buy our stuff. Tammy's awesome. Here's our stuff. Buy our stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck? Talk about like leeching off of someone's name when they're gone. That was really gross to me. I just can't imagine my favorite person dying or childhood hero dying. And then you wake up couple days later and bling, Instagram's like, fucking Green Power Ranger just posted. And I'd be like, what? Holy crap,
it's
it was
still,
Jesus? No, his
yeah,
wife is just a whore or whatever, allegedly.
it's still off-putting sometimes. I don't always check it. His, um, like, I mean, I'll look at it for old things, but not anything
Right?
new.
I did look at it to like see what it looked like leading up to that on the daughter, but I did notice that. So there was his daughter called Sky. Is that right?
Sky. I actually bought this shirt from her, which that we'll go into Sky in a few minutes because she's on team Tammy now, when originally she wasn't. So I wonder. Part of me wonders. Okay, what's the grift? What did Tammy get you on? Like, did she say,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, you can make some money now off this. Don't fight me," or like a lot of people say. Or one dude who was covering Jason's death said death surrounds Jason, but I think it's more death surrounds Tammy. But again, there's a lot of his death to
You're
me is
right, you're
very
right. There
complex.
was another death. So her
The stuff
daughter
she
was
OD'd,
somebody else. Oh, she did.
yeah, and it was under Tammy's watch. Like her
I thought
stepdaughter.
he found her. I thought
He
he
did
found her
find her.
though.
He did find her,
How was
yeah. But I
how was Tammy
mean that,
watching her?
like, I mean, Tammy took her in. She was part of their family, supposedly. Or does that make sense? That makes sense.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
So Tammy was like, "Let's help her out," and then
yeah.
she
But
ends
she
up
didn't like
still using drugs.
yeah, she didn't like the dude she was going out with. The um was it not Shauna? That was Jason's ex-wife before Tammy. There was Shayla, the stepdaughter. Yeah, she didn't like Shayla's boyfriend that she was going out with, and they were fighting for custody over their kid, or whatever. So that again,
Oh,
just so many complex things with this case. That's
okay.
like
So when
for
Shayla dies, who got custody of the daughter? Of the kid? I don't know
the
if it's a boy or girl. The dad?
the yeah, the dad did, and they're still
Oh,
fighting to get. I
Tammy
know
wants the
Jason and
daughter.
Tammy were, yeah, or the son. It was the son that
Oh,
they're
okay.
fighting
So
over.
okay. Dang, that's a lot. Okay, so
See what I
do
mean? This
you
is very complex and big, and so many moving parts. I'm not like I don't think Tammy. Here's the thing: I don't think Tammy is innocent, but I don't think she killed him with her hands or like hung him.
right? Because he's got
That
a
like
black belt in 3 different, arts, right? So he's
it's
not g she's not gonna defeat him in that way.
and even like she did the Muay Thai and all that stuff too with him, but he
Wait,
could
she
still
did?
overpower. Yeah, but he could still overpower her. He's still the
Even if
better.
she drugged him?
Well, that's the question. Like,
Oh,
because
is it? I didn't know.
there's many questions about that. Because like in an interview she did with I guess I'll say his name. It doesn't matter. Henry Resilient. Because she's done 3 with him. Um, she says they were pretty wasted that night, but apparently she was so like when Jason supposedly hung himself, she was out like she didn't say it on camera, but he had to hint at it later that she wasn't even in the same um, uh, room with him. Like she was in the like what do you call it? The
The
lounge or
lobby?
what? The
Uh-huh, the
lobby.
lobby?
Yeah, she was passed out on her like just she was a mess. Not even anywhere near the hotel room where Jason did it, and that they were like apparently again drinking, but I think they were doing other stuff too because Jason admitted that before a long time ago. On he did a interview on his own channel with the dude. Like, did you ever see Power Slash Rangers, the Dark Power Ranger
No.
fan film? Okay, I definitely recommend. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, he did an interview with the producer of it, Eddie Shankar, which you can't find anymore now, oddly. Um, it was on YouTube and stuff, and his Facebook, but again, can't find it. Anyway, so with Eddie Shankar, he talked about how he used to do coke and all these other things, and how
Oh,
he quit. But all of a sudden now with Tammy, in the death record, what do they call? I forget. Sorry, I'm blanking out
the
the
autopsy?
autopsy. Yeah, there was cocaine in his system. So something tells
Oh,
me they both were doing something that night, and she just doesn't want to admit to it because she knows she'd probably get arrested for doing something illegal. And you
yeah.
know,
I don't think it stays in your system that long. I'm not sure.
you
A
know,
job well done is in chat. Good to see you. Counterpoint, Nova is a black belt. He is? I never heard him say that. Um, okay, so let's set the scene. So these people are married for 18 years and all this shit happens. They decide they don't like each other. Like they fucking hate each other. It sounds like she files for divorce, won't move out, fighting, fighting, fighting. That's in when did she file for divorce? Like July or August or something like that? Maybe
something like
July?
yeah.
Sometime mid-year, I think she files for divorce. And then in November, according to her, because she's the only one left to tell the story, they have decided to rekindle their romance. And so
Reconcile, yeah.
they reconcile, yes. So they go to Texas, which they're both from. They go to a hotel to
Yeah,
have a romantic whatever weekend. She says he books a country dancing because he knows she likes to country dance. And
he hates
they
country. He's a rapper. He was doing that to be net. Like, I hate this.
hey,
Like,
a lot okay. There are certain things you do for your wife, to let
yeah,
her know that you're serious. Like, "Look how I'm so serious that I'll country dance with you. That's how much I love you," like, the worst thing ever. Okay, so but according to the record and her she doesn't deny this, they had separate rooms. So their romantic
yeah,
getaway was 2 separate rooms.
yeah,
I think it's because 'cause they're separated and she's literally trying to take all of your shit. She says it's because he snores.
yeah.
So take for that what it's worth. I apparently that might not be that might be normal. could be totally normal. I would think you would have conjoining rooms, but they don't seem to like each other. They're literally
No.
fighting in court about how abusive they are, how they can't, both of them, to each other. Like,
Yeah.
you're, you know,
And then all of
like,
a sudden you love him and oh, you want to do everything for him. Oh, like where were you when he needed it? And like that's the thing too. She said in an interview they were having deep discussions. What were those deep discussions? Why don't you like? But the dude, that Henry guy who interviewed her 3 times, never asked that. So it's like, why not ask those questions, Mr. Investigator? What were those questions? What did you guys talk about?
maybe
What
she
could you
doesn't let
possibly?
him. Maybe she's like, before we get started, let's not talk about X, Y, and Z.
That's what I mean. Why, if you got none to hide, just talk about it. But then people, you think more people would ask, but instead people like me get demonized for
Right?
asking, saying, what were those? What were, and if you're reconciling, reconcilings usually don't end in a suicide. So
Right?
must have done exactly. And I got trouble for that too. It's like, no, like if they were reconciling, that he should still be here. But no, he's not here because whatever you said. And plus, what's interesting is Jason's mom died prior to this, so part of me thinks she might have stuck like that jab into him too, in those deep conversations. Because what could you say to drive a man to do that, especially if you miss your mom? Does that make sense? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, she was trying to drive him lower, lower, lower.
Yeah.
Okay, so I pulled up the People article that or interview that she gave November 2022, and this is her account of that evening. She doesn't want you to think, this is what she says. My name is Tammy Frank. My husband was Jason David Frank, who tragically lost his life to suicide just last week. While Jason was a well-known name to some, we lived a very normal life. Oh, sorry, I got lost. With ups and downs, just like anyone else. It has shocked and saddened me beyond belief to see that the media has turned my family's tragedy into a tall tale. Since Jason's death, I have been harassed online and can no longer stand to watch my husband's good name get slandered. I love
She
my
slandered
husband, and
him
we were trying
first.
to work through our problems. His death comes as such a shock to me and anyone else. She continues, the truth is, I had no idea that Jason was thinking of ending things. None.
Uh,
Yes, he had struggled with mental health issues and depression before, but I could never predict what would happen last night. She adds, it was meant to be a fun weekend getaway, and instead, I lost the love of my life. Jason was a good man, but he was not without his demons. He was human, just like the rest of us. You could be an alien, though. Continuing her statement, Tammy recalls what happened. Okay, so this is what happened. Shortly after reconciling our relationship, we initially planned to separate. That part is true. However, that is only part of the story. The part that hasn't been told is that at the time of his passing, we had called off our separation and we're in the process of reuniting, she notes. Don't get me wrong, we had ups and downs and many troubles during our 19-year marriage, but this was an especially hard year for us. Okay, 19 years. A year ago, my daughter Shayla, whom Jason helped me raise as his own, suddenly passed away. Jason had been the one to find her when it happened,
yeah.
and the situation was wrecked our family emotionally. Between losing her and helping raise her baby son, Jason and I started having marital issues. For anyone who has known the pain of losing a child, I know you understand how such a loss changes things in our marriage. The way that she writes it is also very sus.
Yeah.
Uh, Tammy says she and Jason decided to separate at that time, not knowing what else to do. However, 6 weeks ago, before he dies, they decided to rekindle their romance after a close family friend helped us realize that we still loved each other and we should not give up
Tony.
just yet. Still, the pair knew they needed to take it slow and work out any issues. As part of the plan to reconnect, Jason planned a 2-night getaway in which the two attended a country dancing event, something Tammy always said Jason knew she loved. Despite being there together, Tammy notes that they got 2 separate hotel rooms because he snored. She also admits they received a noise complaint from hotel guests. Okay, pay attention because this is where I'm going to read another article after this. And then after that, we can hash out how she killed him. Okay, so this says, she also admits they received a noise complaint from hotel guests that night, but clarifies it was due to us enjoying the weekend and having some fun, not arguing or fighting. We danced and stayed out at the event until the bar closed, 2 a.m., presumably. When we got back to the hotel, Jason and I were having a heartfelt and emotional talk in his room, she
Yeah, see,
recalls,
what
to
does
help.
that mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. To help Jason relax and sober up before turning down to sleep, I went downstairs to get us snacks from the lobby. I must have been gone for no more than 10 minutes. I went back upstairs and began knocking on the door and didn't get an answer, and knocked repeatedly and kept calling for his name to open the door. I don't know if the hotel staff or a guest called the police, but after I was taken downstairs by the police, they were able to open the door and found that Jason took his life, she continues. These were the disturbances that have been brought up numerous times online. So she's saying that they never fought. They were having a great time and he was just a little drunk and she was like, well, I'll get snacks. And as soon as she left, he's like, fuck this bitch, and just yeeted himself.
Sound vibe.
Concluding her statement, Tammy asks that people stop making assumptions and leave my family to grieve peacefully. Like, bitch, you're on People magazine giving a damn interview. Fuck
Yeah,
you. All we want, no offense, but also, if she does, she sounds like a terrible person. Also, we all want to remember Jason in our happiest memories and move on from the pain. Okay, so that's her story. She's super cute. He's super cute, and they look super cute together, but you never know what behind the cute.
I know. Oh yeah,
Okay,
she's definitely hot, but I wouldn't, just then
not now, not now. We know she
no.
could murder your ass. I didn't know she
Yeah,
was I didn't know she trained. Fuck, I shouldn't have talked shit about her. Damn.
and then
For the
for me, yeah,
for the record, I'm not suicidal, y'all. This
I'm
bitch
saying
comes by. It was her.
not
It was
suicidal either, but it's
it was her. Okay, so this is TMZ. This is also them reporting on it at the same time. 11:22. I don't remember when the People one was, but it was basically around the same time. It says, wife called cops after heated argument. Body discovered in hotel room. Now, I don't know if you know, but I didn't hear about a heated argument from the wife. Oh, inappropriately said, good morning, sister. Or evening, or I don't know. Wherever you are, wherever you're at in the world. Good mental morning. Right, White Ranger was always the best. Why you're downstairs, a little danger is exciting. Go mighty moisting moisters. Oh, I'm not responsible for chat, not even a little bit. Okay, so this one says, the entire fandom is reeling after his suicide. Law enforcement sources, so they called the police,
yeah.
tell TMZ Jason and his wife Tammy checked into a Texas hotel on Friday. We're told the two, who are in the middle of a divorce, got separate rooms, but at some point, the estranged couple got into an argument in Tammy's room. She told us they were in his room. We're told staffers were called to calm things down and peace was restored. They high-fived it out. She looks not good here. Would not. Our law enforcement sources say at some point, either late Friday night or early Saturday morning, the two got into another argument and
Yeah.
Jason locked Tammy out of his room. So they get in a fight. They have to get broken up. They go to their separate rooms. I don't know what happens, but he ends up letting her in again. Like maybe she goes to his room. It's like, I'm sorry. Let me in. Eventually he locks her out though. At least it sounds like what happened here. Our sources say Tammy was apparently concerned for his safety and called the cops around 5 a.m. Saturday morning. When officers couldn't make contact with Jason, we're told hotel management let them in and they discovered the actor hanged himself in the bathroom. Why was she? I don't understand the concern. In her other thing, she's like, we were having a party and maybe he just got drunk and passed out. And she was like, I can't imagine 19 years married. That's never fucking happened before. That's probably happened.
Multiple times. Like that's the thing they don't talk about. But that's one of my questions too, because I've heard stories of him trying it many times. Like he tried to kill himself once in Dubai, once at Rising Sun Karate, his studio he owned.
Oh,
So
he's tried to hang himself?
he's tried to kill himself, yeah, a couple times. And apparently, 2 days before they did the vacation or before they left, he tried to shoot
Mhm.
himself in their
What?
backyard. Yeah, with a
According
gun.
to
But
her?
yeah,
Or according to what?
according to
So he
according
was
to her.
suicidal?
But part of me wonders, like, here's my question at that then. If he was that suicidal, why wasn't he in a ward? And why weren't people always checking him or around him if he was that?
She said in that interview that she had no idea. Like, you had no
That's
idea,
my
or he was actively trying to kill himself all week. Like, those are different things.
that's what I mean. That's my question. Like, if you
Yeah.
like, how can you be surprised by that? If you like, how can she say that if you're saying 2 days before that he tried to shoot himself, and then these other stories I just mentioned? How can you say it's a total how? And like, apparently other actors had that. Um, like they had to talk him out of it too. Johnny Young Bosch recently said on a live stream he had to talk him out of it. It's like, wait a minute, or why aren't you
Hmm.
people doing something about him then? Or why isn't he an award? Why aren't people checking up on him? Why are you like, especially, or why are you making his life more difficult instead of easier when you know he's already struggling? You know, but
Yeah, that's really interesting. So that does change my opinion a little bit because oh, hold on. Sorry.
hmm, I don't know, it's fine.
That was my alert that we have a show in an hour because I thought it was 8:30, remember?
Yeah,
8:30 your time. Okay, so, so he has on his arm, "Jesus doesn't tap" as one of his tattoos, and I guess he must have had that as a constant help trying to be a reminder for him because he had those suicidal
yeah, he was a
ideations or
born again
thoughts.
Christian, but even that's part of me wonders too. If you're that like the born again, I don't think like why would you try and kill yourself that much if you um believe,
Right?
like, if you know you're going down, if you
Well, a lot of people don't
it's,
believe it. I don't believe it that way, so he could have had a different belief, as far as that
um,
goes, 'cause it
yeah,
so but still, it did seem like a reminder. When I saw that, I was like, "Okay, he's got a lot going on for him. He this none of this story that makes sense. How could she have done this? If let's just say she did, and this is a total we're making this up. There is no line of anything here.
allegedly.
We are idiots. We're idiots. This is all allegedly. If like OJ, if she done it, how could it have gone down?
I said during those whatever those deep discussions were, she probably said something that would trigger him or make him feel like, well, I'm worthless. Doesn't matter if I go. One of those type
Mm,
things.
so you think she didn't physically do it? She just pushed enough buttons that he did it. That you don't think there's another person involved?
I wait till we go. I think they're like,
Yeah.
because he had a lot of enemies. Like, as popular as he was, like, because when you get that popular and people love you that much, you get a lot of enemies. Like,
Mhm.
Austin St. John didn't let a lot of I said, a lot of the Rangers had fallen outs with him. Hasbro had trouble with him. So, and that's a lot of Jews, a lot of corporate stuff, and they don't mess around. So that's, you know I think, like, if you're not playing ball with them, they don't want you at all, and or like, if you're not gonna play with us, then no one can have you type things. So,
Let me see if I can find it. So I
and
saw
there
somebody.
was that Jason Meekus guy I told you, the dude who was going out with Shayla. He has possible gang ties too. So there's that dude who could have possibly, like, his people might have found out where Jason was, or again, even Hasbro. Like, all those people could have found out where Jason was, and then just kill him and make it look like a suicide. It's not out of the realm. Like, people like that, they think um, the mob and those like cartels are jokes, but no, they're still around. Hollywood's still full of them. It's more stupid and thing to not think they're out there and don't do this stuff. Of course they do. They do it all the time. So if anything
And
happens to
his
me, just question all those.
we will. His not his agent, maybe his ex-agent or an agent for some of the Power Rangers. I wish I could find it, but they tweeted the anniversary of his death was in November, and they
Yeah,
tweeted like, "You're a shitty person," and
yeah,
like
yeah,
I basically am glad you're dead, and some dumb shit about the Macy's Day Parade, and are you jealous? It's like, aren't you probably jealous that the red dude is flying? Like that was
yeah,
some professional agent in the business with them, like Chewbacca's agent said that. That was
yeah.
weird.
And
I'm like,
he
"Why
was
would you
Austin
say
St.
this?"
John's management. So, and Austin didn't like Jason because obviously uh, Jason was more popular than he was.
Okay, so
So that's another
recently
person on the list to question.
this guy, Tommy or Jason's, his son in real life, what was his name again? Justin? Jacob. His son, that is a registered sex offender, has come out and like, I'm going to sell all this merchandise.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I would like to thank that guy you just said. What was his name?
Austin St. John.
Austin St. John. They were like, I want to thank him because he was so loving. He was so welcoming, you know, great, great, great. And everything I saw about that Austin St. John guy was like, he's fucked up. He fucks up a lot. But the worst thing he's ever done is endorse Jason David Frank's sex offender son. I was like, oh no, this just happened like a couple weeks ago, I think.
Well, Austin might be going to prison soon too for he did wire fraud for taking money from COVID. So, but he's not a good dude. He just a lot of terrible people. Like
Wow.
like it's a shame, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah, what are you gonna do? They're actors, and so like you don't love them or even like them for who they are on the outside. It's just sucky when they turn out to be shitbags. Like the guy from Danny Masterson from that 70s show. It's like, way to ruin
Yeah,
a whole show, you fucking raper. It's seriously, you're in the circle, so I can't even watch it because they're gonna go to you, and I'm gonna be like, bleh. Because I don't know. I could go on about that, but yeah, it sucks when their personal lives when they don't turn out to be saints.
yeah. For
But
me,
wire
it's
fraud is better than the stabbing ones, you know, the ones that did the stabbings.
yeah. But I still have my questions with Austin because his dad is CIA, so you gotta wonder what connections he has, or
Mhm.
you know, again, gotta he like if he has CIA connections, who knows if he found out where Jason was and again made it look like a suicide.
Because he was found hanging in the bathroom, but not from the shower, right?
No, it was in the shower with the hair blow dryer cord.
Oh, okay, so it was in the shower.
Hmm.
I just don't even understand how you could do that, but I mean,
Again,
what
me too. How especially a dude his height, he was like 5'9" or he was almost 6 foot.
I
And
think
those
it's 5
showers
the
aren't
internet says he's 5'11", I thought.
yeah, so even then, those showers in those hotel rooms are pretty small. So how could you possibly do it unless you really choke yourself? But even that, wow, again, very suspicious.
Yeah. So, what if
Plus,
she,
no
like, got
security.
him so
We
what if
have
she
no
got him
autopsy
so
photo
drugged
or
up there's no autopsy photos or anything?
and no security footage either. Haven't got that out yet.
Is that because it's too soon? Is that because they don't release that kind of thing in Texas?
That's a good
Mm.
question. I'd like to know that myself. Like again, why is this being hidden?
I wonder if nobody's asked for it. Because
If I
so if yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how, like, those kind of things are handled.
me too,
Because
if I knew, I
what
would do it. I would
right? There's
ask
gotta
for
be a
the
way. Help us, chat. Let's figure out how
because
to
I
do
want
this.
to
Okay.
know.
Yeah. And so there's that question. How did it, like, his official death was it probably strangulation or something? But could she have, like, got him so drunk or drugged or in some way that she was able to, like, put a move on him, like a rear naked choke? I don't know. That just sounded like something married people would do. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
somewhere where she could, like, cut off his circulation and then
Oh yeah,
get him
like a
up.
chokehold. I think it's very possible. Again, to like do it, but as we said before, I don't think she physically like strangled him, but I do think it's possible. You get as you just said, if you get him wasted
Mhm.
enough and drugged up enough, could easily happen. But if the only issue with that is she was drugged herself too, apparently according to
Yeah,
her.
but if
So
she went there with that idea but I think she, obviously, she wanted her cash cow, so I don't think she probably didn't have too much incentive to yeet him completely, which is probably what she was saying to him. Like, either keep banging me or don't. Either way, I'm gonna take
yeah,
you for everything you have. Either way, that's my house. Either way, this is my Shayla did this because of you. Your mom, this because of
that's
that.
yeah.
You've only ever been a fucking Power Ranger. Da 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 da. You wear spandex. Whatever she could have said that was just enough.
Again, I don't think that is like I'm. like what you just said, I think that probably could have been their deep conversation. I think it could have been that. And to say they weren't arguing, come on. Like,
The cops were called, like, the cops were
yeah,
called. There's obviously a thing. That's weird for her to even say. Imagine pretending like you had a deep conversation, even if like, what type of deep conversation even gets loud? Like, "I love you too. No, I love you
yeah.
so sorry." What?
But that's what I
No.
mean. It contradicts itself. Like she can't even keep her own story straight.
So they're arguing and fighting. She's like,
But then
"I'm gonna go to the
they
lobby
hate
so I
talk.
can be
Is that
on."
what, like they hate, or you know what I mean? Is that what she's saying after? Like, no, I don't
Oh
buy it.
my god, is that what she's trying to imply? Oh, I
If
didn't
that's
even
what it
catch
was,
that.
then I don't. Again, that's just what I'm thinking because, like, she says it was passionate love. They made love after, but I don't know if it was exactly that. I think I personally, I don't think that happened. I think they just yell each other. He sent her away. I don't think they had any fun that night. And if they did, she was the only one having fun, not him. It was probably more like a chore if he was doing
The
it. Just
the fact that she's been trying to keep him alive in every which way through his Insta and his academy and everything with his name on it,
he might kill
um,
that too, though, because she's
if she hated
again.
him enough to kill him in
Yeah,
real life, you would think that she'd go all the way and just fucking murder the rest of his legacy, like, going to people and be like, "Just for the record, it was suicide. You know that, right? Okay, moving on." You know what I mean? Like, that's and it wasn't
yeah,
me, he loved me, so all that other stuff. That's really strange, like, a part of me is like, because her story doesn't make sense, it seems that that's like, you're suspicious, and that makes me feel like you're guilty, but the fact that he
yeah,
was suicidal on repeat, it sounds like, and up to that, leading up to that week, but then she said that or other people said that? Because I don't believe a word out of her mouth, especially since she's told 2 s there's 2 stories we just read tonight that
yeah.
don't.
And even that,
So do
there's
you think
no. Hmm?
sorry. I was gonna
No,
ask you if
continue.
you thought the gun story from earlier that week was real or that she just made that up to say, on the internet.
Okay, here's the. I would like pictures of it. I like apparently he shot through a window and it hit a picture. It went through one of the pictures. It's like, well, okay, if it happened, show us the picture evidence of that. But instead, on that dude's stream, I told you she was on. Um,
Mhm.
she just showed a note he wrote, but that could have easily been her writing, saying, "Sorry, I did this. Sorry, I shot through the window, even though I was trying to shoot myself." It's like, wait, what? Yeah, so
Shut
I
the hell
don't.
up. I don't believe
Yeah,
that at all either. There's a
neither do I. It
Post-it
could have
note
been.
next to the picture.
It was
Was
on the
it
table. It was a note written on a table, and she took a picture of that, but she didn't take a picture
there's
of
a
the bullet hole through the window and on the picture. Like, wait, what? Show
she
that.
put a suicide note for the picture.
Yeah, and
What
it's
a
like,
weird lady.
yeah, and it's like how people fall for that. I don't get it because that again, where even too, where's the police report? What about the neighbors? Are you telling me the next door, like he had a big property, like it was big. He had a pool,
Mhm.
he had everything. But you're telling me his neighbors couldn't hear a gunshot when you're that close, and they so like if I've
In
heard
Texas,
fireworks
though,
and
a single gunshot, it would not be a reason to call the police, you
but
know?
like in your backyard, like
Yeah,
your neighbor's backyard.
I think especially in Texas, but yeah, even here where I live, I count. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that was 6, and then I'll wait, and I'm like, "That must have been how many they had," and then I'll count again, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, "Okay, someone's shooting," like target shooting. But yeah, I even had somebody do a drive-by, and I was like, "I'm not calling the cops this time," and
Huh.
it turns out it really was. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they weren't driving by my house for the record. It was just my neighbor on a different street.
But so okay, I
But
didn't think that
so I think
how it could not be.
when you're rural, and especially in Texas, where it's like there's a hunting that happens a lot, a single gunshot you might not have reported. But still, the
Okay,
fact that he made a note, "Sorry, I wanted to kill myself. I accidentally broke the pic." Well, like, what? That is strange.
yeah, and no picture. That's the weird thing. A picture of the note, but nothing of what the window it went through or the picture it hit.
Yeah, that's, wild. Okay, well, I'm torn between she made him do it, but I think, you know what, it almost sounds like he was like, "Fuck you. You're not that's the last you're using my name."
But
That's,
that
like,
could have
honestly,
also, yeah.
I think she pushed his buttons to get that far. Through everything, through, their hard year before that, the son being she probably blamed maybe she, like, brought up the son being Chester the molester type thing, you know what I mean? Like, she must
Yeah,
I'm not saying that she didn't push the buttons, but for before we started this, I was trying to figure out how the hell she actually got him hanging by herself. But she could have just put all that into motion.
yeah,
I don't think she wanted him to die. I think she was being a cunt like she probably was for
yeah.
19 years,
Oh,
and he was like,
absolutely.
This is the last time. This is the last time. You think I'll never do this? You think that I'm weak?" She probably called him a coward because he wouldn't go through with his suicide. He went, "You know what?
Yeah,
You think you want all of what I have? I'll never make another penny for you. Not gonna be your wage slave, bitch. Peace." But that sucks because he has a bunch of kids, so I really hate that for him. Although, his youngest daughter's called
Jenna.
Jenna, and I went through her Insta, I kinda fell down a Jenna rabbit hole yesterday. I like all his kids a lot, like, they seemed except for the dude, but they seemed pretty neat and, like, nice. She was really, really cute, and it seemed like she was very close to her dad, and I felt really sad for her all said and done, but she did voice a lot about her dad's mental health and how, you know, he did seem
Yeah,
to be in a pretty dark place. So she didn't. He was
but she
definitely
was the only,
capable.
yeah, she was the only one at the funeral who spoke, who I thought was actually, besides the reverend, who I thought was actually pretty okay. But do I think, like, obviously she's gonna take the side of her mom, so I don't. I
Yeah.
never, the only one I ever met was Sky, and Sky was
Mhm.
pretty cool with me. She, like, the fact Tammy won her over, like, or she's on Tammy's side, still makes me suspicious. Like, what did she say to you, or what? Like, just basically, I don't entirely trust. Unfortunately, I just can't trust her anymore now either. Because, like, well, if you're gonna switch that quick, when she was just the same way I am, very suspicious of Tammy, suspicious of everything that went down that night, and now all of a sudden you're team her. That's a bit
Yeah.
concerning and, um disheartening. Or I guess just basically it's like, ah, that's a shame. I thought uh, you question this just as much, like, because her and Jason didn't. I hate to say this, I don't really care about the kids. My main focus is him, kind of.
Mhm,
Like,
that's
I was
fair.
always about,
Yeah,
but
totally.
but it's just a shame that, like, for being his first daughter and stuff, that she'd be more, because she was very um not stubborn, but just very passionate about wanting to know as much as I am on this, and didn't believe Tammy's story either. But now it's just like, oh, that's a shame. And
So
now,
that's another thing that makes it interesting. Maybe so she did start skeptical, which, I find that I like that. And she's come around though after a year now or so. I don't know when the last time she was skeptical was, but we'll just say a year. It's been a year and 5 months since he passed.
yeah,
So, maybe she did have access to, something. Maybe, like you and I are going, how do you get the information? If we're the daughter, we drive down to the motel and, like, whatever you have to do to get the lobby guy to show you the video from that night, see her
yeah.
in the lobby, see her not being frantic or something that makes you go, "Okay, I don't wanna lose you too." That's not really her mom, so she doesn't lose anybody by never believing Tammy and just
That's the thing
walking away
too.
from it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just it. I don't trust it. Like, just, but now I can't trust her now either. It's like, oh, you're that quick to change sides and fall for it, or
It's
just
not
join the group.
provable. Like, do you feel like it's ever provable? Like, aside from Tammy saying, like, "This is what actually I've lied," or whatever, "This is what actually went down." Do you think that she's just forgiven her because it's his word against hers, he has passed away, that's just the stepmom, like, you harboring the hate or the I don't know. Because like you, it turned she might have pushed buttons, but who else did it besides himself?
True.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I
I
do.
wonder if like I wonder if like she just went for healing and forgiveness in that sense, which is a pretty hard thing to do and a very big move. But I feel you. You're like, fuck all that. I don't want like you feel like justice is more important.
Yeah. I said the kids, they're his kids. I don't care what like they're I mean, obviously they're all screwed up from like you can't not be in that shadow and not be screwed up in some way, like to be at his level. But the main focus was him, and just there, she was the closest thing to him, and now it's like, well, switching teams, and it's a shame because like I don't know, like because I don't know, but like you were saying, like she might be loving forgiveness, but at the same time, it's just too quick, especially with how passionate and angry she was before. And for the record, I don't hate Tammy. I just don't trust her. I don't buy her story. I don't
I don't either. Well, her story didn't make any sense.
know.
It
And for
literally
her to,
makes no sense. But in order for that to make sense on my end, I really have to trust TMZ that they really talked to a law enforcement source, that they really that their sources were good. But in TMZ is kind of like bullshit most of the time,
yeah.
so they're narrative spinners. So, I
Plus,
still
from
don't.
finding out what I do know and seeing her many interviews, like it's very difficult to trust Tammy. So I don't know how. Like again, as you just said, she's the stepdaughter. So why is like she's it's not even really her daughter. Like they're not even
Right?
related. So why are you shifting all this? So that's for me where it goes. Oh, okay. She just wants the money that comes with it because Tammy is becoming like she's doing Jason's conventions now. She's making the rounds. She's in his spotlight. She's taking his place. So that's the only thing I can
Does she
come
really
to.
go to conventions and stand in line and like
Oh yes, she's
talk about
promoting his
it?
movie. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's another reason I
I don't
don't
know how
think
I
he
feel
killed
about it. They were
himself.
getting a whole divorce. Like,
Yeah.
well,
And as we
I don't
said
know.
earlier, you don't happy reconcile and end in a death. That no.
Yeah, it does not make any sense. What other pictures are there of them? He's a good-looking dude. There
He
they
was a
are.
cool dude.
He's a little rock and roll. He looks like
Yeah.
that other Tommy Rockstar guy.
Tommy
Tommy
Lee?
Sub Yes. Yes. He has the same look. It made me think, like, do all Tommies have this vibe? Even in a V-neck, he looks pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, that's really sad. What other theories do you have on this?
Oh, well, I thought another possibility was again Hasbro or Austin or just again all the people he had trouble with. I think could have done something. And even that, like the friend who hooked him and Tammy back up was a dude named Tony, and he was supposedly their best friend. But I think he hooked Jason up with a lot of the drugs and stuff like that over the years, and I think he might have been possible that him and Tammy might have possibly been doing something too on the side. You never know. Just again, you got to wonder how many because he might have been another dude who wanted to take over Jason's Rising Sun karate. There
Right.
again, like
Yeah.
can't trust it. Like I mean, uh, think about like Bruce Lee. Same thing almost happened with him. Like he was murdered practically. And
Wait, what
Brandon Lee,
happened? Yeah, he was
like these
Brandon was
martial
the one
artists.
with the bullet, right?
Yeah,
The
but basically martial artists, they like when competition, like it gets deadly if you're the best one or
How about
better one
that? So,
around.
like, those movies where what is that with the wax on, what Karate Kid, where they had the rivalry and the guys were like Super Cobra Kid, was it that Cobra Kai
Yeah.
against whatever? Okay, that's serious then. Like, that kind of, like, I'm the best, I'm the
Oh yeah, it's
man type.
very seriously. Oh yeah.
How did Bruce Lee die? I'm trying to look into it. I don't know how this happened. He
It was
was
first
DOA.
like he got a concussion supposedly, but I think he was murdered too.
Dang, Tammy killed Bruce Lee. It says a headache, a nap, and then panic. So I guess his spinal down or let me share this. It says this is Bruce Lee. His final day on Earth started well. On the morning of July 20, 1973, in Hong Kong, 32-year-old box office phenom met with Australian actor George Lazenby, who played James Bond, to offer him a part in his upcoming film Game of Death. Lee, a child actor who went on to do A Fist of Fury and Green Hornet, was arguably responsible for popularizing martial arts in the West. He began producing movies. Okay, come on, tell me what happened. After meeting with Lazenby, Lee decided to visit the apartment of his mistress, Betty Ting Pei, for a nooner around 6 p.m. Raymond Chow, Lee's business partner, arrived. 3 of them were scheduled to meet with Lazenby for a celebratory dinner, but before they left, Lee complained of a headache. Betty gave him one of her prescription pain meds, which contained aspirin. Lee told Chow to go on without them. He went to lie down on Betty's bed and never got back up again. When Betty couldn't wake Lee 2 hours later, she hung him from the shower with a... Just kidding. That's not how this one ends. That's a different story. She called Chow at the restaurant in panic, and he raced over to the apartment. It was too late. Most famous man in Hong Kong was already dead. She fucking poisoned him with aspirin? That's the bitch? Damn. So when people call you a Betty, that's what they mean. Remember this. Remember this, kids. Yikes. Did she always look like him, or is this a tribute haircut? I didn't know she killed Bruce Lee. I had no idea that okay, yes, now I'm with it. So this is also how the Green Power Ranger went out. His chick did it Bruce Lee style. Wow. I can't believe I should learn that about Bruce Lee.
Crazy,
Man,
huh?
32? How old was his son when his son died? I gotta look this up too. Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee
And he was on set of The Crow.
He was what? 70, 80, 90. Oh, okay. I thought he was the same age. Let me share this. Yeah, he died a different... I was just wondering if how old he made it, but he only made it to 28. I thought they both died at 32. Damn.
Wait, Brandon Lee was only 28?
Yeah, when he died.
That's so young.
Yeah, so young. He didn't even make it to his dad's 32.
No.
Brandon Bruce Lee was his name. Damn. I can't believe these people killed the Green Power Ranger. Okay, I have a question. Could they bring, as far as a Power Ranger fan, could they still put somebody in the green suit, bring him back and play him and it's all good? Or do you feel like they need to kind of retire that because the man's gone?
Well, for me, like when he died, Power Rangers died because he was pretty much the face of it. So, but they can try, but no one will ever be Jason's level. But for me, they should just retire. I mean, the show's pretty much dead now, and after Cosmic Fury. So, and I don't think, again, without his, like him making his mark or a cameo in it, I don't think it would do anything because everyone else is in his level. No offense. Like once and always, David Yost and Walter Jones, they're cool, they're good, but they're not Jason Dave Frank. So
And was he like the only martial artist as far as Ranger? What did you just call them? Rangers? Power Rangers?
yeah.
Was he the only true martial artist?
Austin did some, but I'm not sure. It's hard to know if he's a real legit black belt or not. But he did, like most of them did do some martial arts. Amy Jo and David Yost were gymnastics, though. But they've had martial artists on it, like Steve Cardenas, Jenny Young Bosch, Dan Southworth, Mike Chat. They're all legit martial artists.
I have a theory on the Tommy Oliver. That's the Green Power Ranger. And the pink Power Ranger, her name was
Kimberly.
Okay. And that girl was Amy Jo in real life? Is that her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. For some reason, I feel like they were actually in love with each other, probably soulmates from a different time, and they just forgot to realize it, and they married wrong people. This is what I get out of my 2 days worth of research. For sure, soulmates, for sure. And then I think she created or something, a character called a girl, Olivia Hart, which would have been a mix of their two peoples, which I'm like a super stan. I want this to happen
Really?
so bad. I just met these people 2 days ago. I love it. It's adorable. I just think that's just uh, it's like I wish Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake wouldn't have been the shitty couple because I always wanted them to have babies. This is how I feel about these 2. I'm like, "Yes." And since it could just be drawn and put on the big screen, I love her for kind of honoring that sub theory in my new brain. Is that weird? How do you feel about them?
No, it's horrible. I'm an unpopular opinion. I'm not a fan of that. Like,
No? What do you think?
because they're trying to give his powers to uh, a daughter when,
Right? Because
and they're killing him
it's in
off
the
in it.
belt. Isn't it the belt
I
thing
don't,
though that gives the powers?
the morpher.
Yeah. So, like, if she's a mix of both of them, shouldn't she get, like, a special hybrid, like a purple? Or is there already a purple? I don't know, but
There is,
something.
but been a couple purples,
Okay, so that won't work. But I don't
but
know,
I get what you're saying.
okay, so what do you think about, everything I read, there was another girl or maybe a girl later after her that he was supposed to have a relationship with?
Catherine, yeah, I like them better.
Ugh, you're one of thems. Alright,
Yeah,
well, Tammy killed
she's a
off
blonde
both of
Aussie.
our dreams. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I didn't really, I don't know any of that. I just kind of, obviously, I'm at
Yeah,
that 30,000-foot view, and I really like him and that other girl. Okay,
they
I'm
did.
still here. I'm just stopping my camera while I smoke.
All right, that's fine. They did sleep together, though. I know that for a fact because Amy Jo would talk about that time to time.
In
Like they
real
were,
life?
yeah, they hooked up. Of course, like because they were on set. Yeah, they were
I
like with each other 12 hours
knew
a day. They were in each other's trailer. Of course, they hooked up. Same with Catherine. They're very open about it in interviews. They're like, "Oh yeah, we were close," and it's like, yeah, they hooked up. They basically said it without saying it. That, oh yeah, we hooked up, and because again, you're with that many people, or not,
no.
that
No, no,
group
no.
that one.
We're gonna disagree here. Saying it
Or
without saying it, we're not no. The only person he hooked up with was the soulmate girl that I like. What was her name again? Something Hart?
Amy Jo, Kimberly Hart.
Kimberly Hart, yes. That's the only one he really hooked up with because he loved her. Is his heart muscle, not just his wiener. Allegedly. Pink Poon Yeti Ranger? Poon Yeti. Okay, I have a second question, a fourth question. If they did the Power Rangers now, do you think everyone would hate it? Because they'd be like, oh my God, there's like pink one and then fucking whatever. Or do you think they could get away with it because Japan's still doing it?
What do you mean, like?
Do you think it would if they came out with Power Rangers today, would it be like, "This is some woke shit. Look, 2 chicks fighting with them."
Yeah, it'd probably be woke and garbage now. I hate to say it. It's not like the old days. It was organic back in the day, you know.
That's how I
But
feel about the
nowadays,
Ghostbusters. The
yeah,
original Ghostbusters, like, they had the black guy kinda come on as number 3, and I saw I was watching it the other day, and I kinda walked by, I was like, "Man, if they put this out now, they would just call it woke bullshit." Be like, "Oh, they had to fucking get a black guy, or they had to," whatever. But, yeah, it's funny because
people
we
still
didn't know that then. About being
like
woke.
people
We didn't know
complain
what
now
virtues they
about
really was. Sorry.
exactly. Like back then, nobody cared that Walter Jones, the black guy, was in a Black Ranger suit, or that Trina was in yellow. No, but like even as a kid, I didn't care. Nobody thought about
Oh
that,
my
but
god.
everyone freaked out nowadays. Couldn't be
Hold on,
done.
now I gotta look at the picture now, because 'cause you're right, I
Yeah,
can't believe they did that yellow fever shit.
but
But you
I
gotta
was a
have
weird.
imagine if there was a white guy in the black suit. The blacks would be fucking mad. I have a question about the mask. So, when I was looking I'm try to share this with you. When I
I
was
got one with
looking
me
at
here.
the helmet put it on. Okay, hold on, let me see. Where is it? Um I didn't mean to be bossy just now. I was just joking.
Oh no, you're fine. Fine, dude.
Okay, I
I love it.
honestly thought this was a snake. But I was like, snakes
Oh
don't have
no,
these kind of teeth, right? Oh, that's super
it's a
dope.
dragon. Oh, thank you.
Ooh, that is so dope. I also have a mask. It's from
Let me
Rainbow
see if
Friends, so I'll get mine. I'm gonna find a mask. 1 second. Oh yeah, it's gonna get weird.
Oh, yeah.
Let me try to put my mask on. I'm from Rainbow Friends though, so mine is cool compared to you. I'm red also, but a different red. I think they might have stole this from y'all. Okay, I'm feeling pretty super. Is that how I'm supposed to feel?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I did watch a lot of the show, and you gotta every time you talk, you kind of gotta about it.
Gotta pose. Say, follow your talk.
I'm gonna talk to chat right now. Hi, chat. I know libtarded is here because I got the LOL, but I don't know if I had enough bong rips for this, but now I forgot my question. Yours looks fucking dope, but mine looks gay. Mine looks like I got it from Temu. I'm the Temu Ranger. Welcome to my show, Temu Ranger.
So I wish I had a better time getting this on. Yeah, I'll get it.
I already forgot my question before I thought about masks. Damn it. So do you still go to Comic Cons? Are you still going to keep going? Or are you over it?
Oh no, I'm still gonna go. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I got there's a con I'm going to in April and then another one in July.
Do you travel for them or you just go to the ones that are near you? Oh my god, I just got seriously rangered up. I gotta get rid of my hair. Oh shit, I'm the dark ranger right now. Aboriginal ranger? I'll be him. Oh, you guys. I just turned into a... Hello, welcome to my show. It's nice to have you. Please subscribe and follow.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Also, Daniel, do you have a show? Oh, you do have a show. You're trying to hit 1,000 on YouTube, what, before the end of the year?
I'd like to, yes.
Yeah, so what's your YouTube show called?
Okay. This will be. I'm working on a series of fan films. There's 3 of them about how Lord Zed became Lord Zed. He's the dude from season 2. Like he's the skinless guy with the chrome. I think you've probably
Lord
seen him
Zed?
before. Lord Zed, yeah.
I like Lord Zed because that's how they say Z, I think, in the UK. Zed.
Really? I didn't know that. So I'm gonna put this back really quick.
That's so funny. We just struggled to get our masks on. We're like, okay, got it on. We can be done with that. Lord Zed, is he red and chrome? Let me see if I've got the right dude. Don't look at my name or address or my personal information.
Oh no. Oh yeah, that's him. That's Lord Zed. That's him. I'm doing his backstory.
All right. Gross. So he's just a muscle with an exoskeleton?
Yeah.
I like his stupid helmet with the thing on it. That's funny. Cool. So your channel is David Daniel Romano. Let me find it. Let's just go to your channel and show the class.
If you want to look up Morphin Origins, you'll find me.
Morphin Origins. If I put that on YouTube, you're saying?
Yes. And look up like Quest for the Coins or Darkness of the Sword. You'll find it. Or
yeah, totally order.
There we go. Yep, that's me.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I have to playlist still. I got here. All right. I need my.
See there. I built that set. Oh, thank you.
I was already subscribed for the record. I just needed my alerts on just so I could make sure I know. But this is the channel, you guys. Go head over to it's at Daniel Romano. I will put this in the chat actually.
Thank you, Div. That's so kind of you.
Yeah, it's kind of you to come here and share your Mighty Morphin knowledge, and we're just talking about your favorite guy. Was this guy always your favorite since day one, or did it morph into this?
Yeah. But I was going to say, what's interesting and weird about me is as a kid, and still a little bit now, I was always more into the monsters and villains. So that's what, like, I'm doing a villain backstory, but like, I don't know. I
So
like both nowadays.
you said you built
But I
this
was a
set?
weird kid. I did, yeah.
How do I get to see more of it? If like this one or
Well, which one do you
this
want to
one
watch?
right
Because
here?
that's the trailer if you want to watch the trailer for the films I'm working on now.
Okay, let's see. Does this have sound?
Yeah,
Can you
there we
hear
go.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Perfect. All right, let's listen.
This is the end, Zordon. The Zeo Crystal is mine!
He got his stuff.
Thank you.
Dude, how did you do this? Okay, I got a question. So this song, is this like a real song from somewhere else that you
It's
had
a
to borrow, or
smashing.
did you have to make it?
It's
Okay,
it's the
that sounds
Smashing Pumpkins song, but I just spliced it. Like, have you ever seen the movie Watchmen? That's right, based off of. It's the
mm-mm.
Okay, I recommend it. It's about like 2.5 hours long, but it's a good comic book movie if you want. It's
Okay.
one of my like favorites ever made. Anyway, it's based off that trailer and um that movie. But yeah, but
Mhm.
I've
It's
what's funny about this
and these
is
are
I
your
got
IRL friends? Sorry.
yeah, that's one of my sister's friends right there, Jake.
And, how did you get him to do this? Were you like, "He's always been into Power Rangers also," or did you have to pay him?
Oh no, he's not a fan at all. And I still have to pay these guys. I got to get him back, but he's in
Oh,
Florida. But yeah, but he's just good friends with my sister, so he just helped me out. He's not a fan at all, but he just wanted to help and be a good friend. So I was like, cool,
well,
you
that's
know.
awesome. Hey, shout outs to this Captain Zed or whatever his name was. What was his first name?
Lord said,
Lord Zed. Oh, I disrespected the Lord by calling him
oh no,
Captain. My bad. That's really
what's
cool. And then
interesting,
the pow go ahead.
I was good friends with his original voice actor from the show, and he died in 2019. But anyway, I originally was get him to do some of the lines for Lord's Head, but he was so sick at that point he couldn't do it. But he did know about this project going on because I've
Oh,
been
that's
working on this
cool.
since yeah, I've been working on this since 2009. So
Damn. Well, good job. Congrats on getting the trailer out there.
thank you.
That's really cool. Super cool. So are you like when you go to do more, you're gonna try to get the same people? Are you gonna try to source people that are like local actors or what's your
Yeah,
plan?
I like to get some of the like. I obviously need him back because he's the main character, and I'm kind of just like the side. But yeah, I'd like to get some local people and just like try and get more. Like it's mostly the Rangers I need more consistency with, you know. But
Yeah.
everyone else is just me and the family here, brothers and sisters, and
So is that how you got to play your Rangers? Let me go. Where did I see them
yeah,
again? Oh, there they
right
are.
there. That's just my two sisters and me in the Ranger suits. Yeah,
Aw, that's really dope. So your sisters and then one of their boyfriends? Oh,
I'm right in the center. That's me.
yeah, but I meant that guy. And is
Yeah,
that them again being aliens?
that's me and my brother.
Oh, shoot, there's a lot of you. So we didn't
Yeah.
get into any Daniel lore. We'll have to do a separate interview where we get into all the Daniel lore.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize you had so many darn siblings.
Oh yeah. Family of
Dang.
five. I'm the oldest of them.
You're the oldest even? Look,
Hmm.
Sparky's life. Let's talk about Camelot swatting and medical is going to get me in trouble, lol. I didn't hear much about any of this Camelot lore,
Oh no,
so
I don't. Yeah,
yeah.
but if you want to watch more, if you want to watch more of my stuff, I'm down. I'll answer whatever questions.
What else you got going on here?
One of my favorite clips is go down a little bit. No, I love the trailer. The trailer is really cool. Keep going. A little more down. A little bit more. That one. On
Which one?
the one, you see the dude with the two, the blue and red machine?
Mhm.
Yeah, that one. That's one of my favorite things I ever worked on
Oh my god, it's
or one
20
to see.
minutes. Okay, so what is this? Morphin Origins. So that's the series that you're doing in particular called Morphin Origins?
Yes,
Okay. Darkness of the Sword, Assembly of the Machine Empire.
King
So is this
Empire.
like let me see. Let me read the description so we know.
Yeah.
In this clip from Daniel, it's raining on somewhere as King Lexian is working on designs for future alphas. Meanwhile, Zordon comes knocking in to check on how progress is on repairs of Alpha 5 are going. Lexian is feeling depressed of past failures as he reminisces about the Machine Empire and how they came to be. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Oh my god, you have
I know.
79 likes on this. Look at that.
Check this out, Jim.
4,300 views.
Speaking of alphas, I got alpha here. What?
What in the world? These are the alphas you're talking about in that?
Yeah, and this
What is
helmet
it?
makes
An
it.
alien?
It's a alien robot. Wait here, check this out. Sorry, 1 minute.
Morphine Ranger. Is the Yellow Ranger single? I can help her lose. No, she's dead. Right?
Yeah,
She gone. See
she
her a
did.
little
She
later.
don't.
Oh, wait, the Yellow Ranger. Oh, in the sister version? Sorry, she's not dead. And also, no, you're not. No, them sisters is off limits. Oh my gosh, dope. Where did you have to make this or did you find it somewhere?
Oh yeah, I made it.
What? That's way cool.
It's 2 salad bowls, an Easter egg top, and then just lots of foam and Christmas lights.
Really? 2 salad bowls?
Yeah,
Good job.
thank
That's
you.
awesome. Can you see out of it if you wear it?
Yeah, you see right through
The lights are
this part right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There we go, right under here. It's very small, but you can see under it.
You could be the Hamburglar also with that thing. You remember
Yeah,
him from McDonald's?
yeah.
That's so good. So, are you into anything else like you're into Rangers?
Uh, that's the thing. I'm a casual of almost everything else, like Star Wars or um, DC and Marvel. Like, I'm casual of all that, pretty much. Oh no, Rangers is number one mostly. If that, I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but yeah. Again, I'm a casual of other things.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk about I kind of
Sorry.
brought this up a second ago or why, I don't know. We've already been streamed for an hour and a half, so
There we go.
I wanted to I think this is a cat. My final guess is this is a cat.
No, it's a dragon.
Nah, I don't feel like dragon has those kind of teeth. Look, I'll show you why it's a cat. It has a pink nose like a cat. It has teeth like a cat. It has
But
what else
cats
does
aren't green. Have you seen a green cat?
Oh, one detail. One detail. It's such a okay, so this is a dragon. Dragons have teeth like that?
I guess.
The teeth screw it up for me. I'm like, what in the hell?
But so you see a cat, and that's
These pictures aren't doing it justice, but I saw one picture where it would look just like a cat. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Let me find it like a cat. Let me think. Like an angry, I don't know,
like a
panther.
tiger.
Yeah, like this. Oh, hold on. See if I can get this picture to show up. Can you see
Oh,
this?
okay. Yeah.
Except for the fact that they forgot to give the cat ears in this version. It's like a pink nose. This one also doesn't have that, but it definitely has the teeth. Match the teeth. That's basically all I needed. I'm serious though. It does not look like a dragon to me. But I
You gotta
guess you
find a
would know.
better
You've
picture of
looked
the
at it
helmet because
longer.
it doesn't.
It definitely has a mohawk, and I didn't ever see a
Yeah,
green cat.
I mean it's
But I've
got
never
like
seen
the
a
fin.
dragon either. That's a panther. Wait, what is
What?
this? A job well done in chat said that's a panther. I learned how to ride a bike without training wheels on a Power Ranger bike in kindergarten. I so
Huh.
powerful. Aw. Lord Zed, let there be light. I already read that one. Marvel, dribble, read the comics. Rorschach was Marvel, right? Do you know what that
He was
means?
DC.
Mm. What else we got? Play the theme song, please. I don't know the theme song. The only thing I actually do have some things. I'll show you.
My the beginning clip of that has the Zeo theme of the assembly of the Machine Empire.
I'll show you what I have. Well, I have this
Oh yeah,
because look at we'll call him our Daniel knows this man for real, for real. He didn't just say that for clout. He showed up in full gear and did the thing. So they're actually homies. He wasn't lying about that. But I have this. There's no sound. Hold on. I'm gonna loop the clip. Here we go. Oh yeah. That's Daniel too, but also not. He plays his sword flute or dagger flute or something, right?
yeah, the Dragon Dagger. Yeah. What's funny
That's a
is
weird edit.
I known Jason since 2008, but what's funny is, you could almost also say 2005 because I used to call Rising Sun Karate back in the day just to see if he was there.
That's
So,
so
but
cute. Aw.
I'm a big fan, obviously. So, like, I didn't mean to bug him, but I was just he was cool about it though. He left me a voicemail once saying, "You gotta stop calling me, or I'm working, but I appreciate that you're a fan."
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I billed you as the #1 fan. The fact that he had to call you back and ask you not to call him so
Yeah.
much while he was working is adorable. And now that he's gone, you don't have to have any regrets. You didn't not make those calls. You did it.
Well, knowing the stuff I wish now, I wish I could have been more helpful because I would,
Aw.
because I think, like, at the last PMC, I wasn't at the last Power Morphicon in California, and it was that year, 2022, but it was during COVID and all that, and you had to get one, they wouldn't let people in if you weren't vaxxed, and two, if you had to wear a mask, and I wasn't doing that, so I wasn't going to go. And even him, I don't think he was like Jason was very pro Second Amendment, pro free speech, pro all this stuff, and I don't basically I don't think he's chabbed either. I know he wore the mask and stuff. That was the only thing I basically disagreed with him on, but and he was for the truckers too. I remember when the Canadian truckers went on strike, he was all for it because his dad's a trucker. But with all that stuff too, I
Honky
don't think
for
he.
honky.
Yep. So I don't think knowing all that stuff, if you're that afraid to get a disease, I don't think he'd or to do the masking thing. I don't. That's another reason I think he wouldn't have killed himself. Because if you're so worried about germs and all that, why do it? You know.
I know. I don't understand depression. I honestly don't. I haven't had to deal with that. And so, but I do know that even people who have a lot going for them, I know more often than not, you hear you would have never guessed, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like, even when things are good and it's not like, it's never even been a factor, like, it's definitely, I don't know, like you said, you wish you would have done more. Hopefully we get to a point kind of like as people where we just do more because you can't know if someone is suicidal or something like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'll try. I'm not saying you could have done more or saved him or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, it would be nice if we were more helpful in the moment, more ready to listen to what people are doing. Because we say, "How are you?" "I'm good, thanks," and move on. How are you though? Are you good? Are you having a good day? Because so many people don't want to say, "I'm shitty. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm," all the things.
That's what I mean,
So,
because you can tell there's video. I'm not sure if it's out there anymore, but at PMC, that last convention, you could tell he wasn't doing good, and there was no one
mm,
around to really talk to him or say, like, it seemed like he. Um, I'm I can see both sides on this. On him, of course, I mostly lean to him not doing it, but I could see how he possibly did because he seemed like he was isolating himself. There was a lot of bad things going on around him. So, like again, Tammy, the stepdaughter, the just the kids, maybe in general, maybe like again, like you said earlier, maybe Tammy struck him with that, and just that was a bad reminder. Like, oh yeah, your kids don't even want to talk to you or be around him, but it's like that's not most people didn't really care about his kids. It was mostly about him, or
mhm.
like there. So I don't know. I just wonder about. That's the only thing I wish I could have said. So, like you just said, do you like? Are you really okay? Like, do you need some, like? Because again, like he
Yeah.
seemed like he was isolating himself and not doing well. So I just would have tried to plan to do what I can.
Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. I'm a Christian, but I believe things a little bit different. I don't think suicide is something that separates you from God. I feel like I
No,
believe what God says when He says, denying my spirit, denying me, blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. That's what separates you. And so, because he had a relationship with God, that's like the only comfort I guess you can find in these things. And I say that just to say his time was probably always his time. God was always going to bring him home when he brought him home, whether Tammy pushed it, whether he wanted, I firmly believe in our plan, even when it ends really, really ugly. I mean,
yeah.
I believe in what Jesus did on the cross, and that was bloody, horrific death for a purpose. So, you know, you probably won't ever find any closure unless Tammy decides one day that she feels like repenting in public.
She
But
ain't no, but yeah. Because like
ugh,
I could go. Well, I will go. Like, there's so much stuff she showed on that interview too. Like they went through her last text with him, and one of the things was he bought a self-help book. It's like, wait a minute, this dude's trying to do his best for you, and you're still being a cunt and still being annoying to him. And like, it's like, if anything, that made me think even further that, oh, he wasn't good enough for you. Everything he was trying to do to try and please you, even that country dance that night, wasn't good enough. You still treated him horrible. So it's like just
right.
just a terrible person. But the again, he got a haircut that day too. So that further leads me to think he wasn't ready to go. Why again? Why
Yeah.
clean up? If but really, when the um, sorry, with the suicide thing too. I'm the same way as you. I think you can also be saved from it. Like if like enough people pray for you or
Oh, okay.
feel bad, you get up. So if he did, I think there are enough people who, even if he didn't know it, cared about him, and that hopefully will, you know, bring him up to heaven. If that makes
That's
sense.
yeah, oh, totally. I like that. I love when somebody has their personal, that's how your relationship with it is, and that's
Yeah.
super valid. Yeah, I like that.
Well,
That
suicide.
kind of
Sorry, no, continue.
I was just gonna say, God, however it is that to get you to God, I know God smiles on us down here just trying to figure that part out. And so there's really nothing wrong in trying to wrap your mind around a way for him to be with the Father. And I think that's dope.
Yeah.
But suicide is hard. It's hard for the rest of the people because, so many of us don't have those thoughts or so many of us will never even act on them. And when it happens, you're like, what? There's no rationalizing it. There's no,
Yeah.
just
Well,
leaves a bunch of questions.
exactly. And for me, I treat suicide much like abortion, like it's an individual thing. Like if he thought he really couldn't take it that much, then okay, it's not like it's his choice. Like it's not like because that was another odd thing I saw. Tammy said in one of the comments, like suicide is very selfish. And it's like, wait, really? Was it? Was it suspicious on him, or was he just so sick of you that you know? you pushed him, and it's selfish, but it's like, no, probably wasn't to him. He probably just got sick of you, and you know, pushed his buns to the very end, and then that's what he if he did it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, someone did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've come to the conclusion that it was either him because she pushed him, or somehow she managed to do it, leave the room, pretend to get locked out, and then be like, "Oh, I was so worried. 911. Let me in."
And yeah. And again, according to her, she was passed out drunk on the lobby floor, on like just on what other kind of drugs. Like again, there was so many. There was Viagra and uh, I forgot the other, like antidepressant meds, cocaine, all this stuff in his system. So it's like, wait a minute, how could you not know that was in his system if you were with him and partying with it? Like in her words, living it up and having fun with him that night. How could you possibly not know it unless you were doing it with him and stuff like that? So just even again, I think she's just trying to make herself look clean, you know, for uh
So he
like
had Viagra and coke in his system, so they were basically
and
trying to
like drunk, yeah.
rekindle.
And
No, I
again, maybe
believe
they did, but it probably wasn't happy. Like it was probably again just a chore for him. Just because that, like for that too, people gotta think. Just because you have sex doesn't mean it's always gonna be happy or he's gonna be happy. You know, he might just, you
right.
know,
He might have, like, yeah, totally. He's also it ended in him being dead. So if he did it, and that's the only person in the room at this point, like, yeah, he totally could have been like, "Let me try to be normal. What would a normal person do? Okay, we'll do
like,
sex, and that'll make me happy, or we'll do whatever it is, you know? Maybe he was just trying to go through the motions or
and
something."
what I think is interesting is that kind of reduces her too. Like she's reducing herself to, oh, you're just a sex object. Okay, so that okay, then that's what you were.
I
You know,
mean,
just
she's the wife, so
but I mean, well, what's interesting,
hold
she
on, look
started
what
off
we
as
have
an
here.
affair.
Y'all, and
Let me
I'm
see
black,
this.
y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
This was in
I'm
chat.
really black, blacker than black, and I'm black. Yo, I'm black, and I'm black,
This
y'all,
is
and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all,
that's
and
a
I'm black,
lyric.
y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black,
This is the
y'all.
official
Don't get
Black
this shit
Anthem.
stuck in your head. Whatever you do, don't get this stuck in your head. You will get in trouble. I'm black, y'all. I'm black, blackity, blackity, black, y'all. No, that's not okay. Okay, save us from that. That was close. Homie, do you even do drugs? Not us. We had our drugs, and it was that part where we put our masks on. That's when we were drunk on drugs. Ah, okay, Daniel, we're at an hour and 45 minutes. Is there any other Power Ranger lore you want to get into?
um, what's well, since you got this, we could watch this if you
You
like.
want to
I
watch
mean,
some of it? It's 20
sure.
minutes, though. I
So,
don't know anything about. Okay, what do you mean,
okay, I can
so?
tell you. Okay, so it's about the Machine Empire. I'm not sure. Now you said you missed Power Rangers growing up.
Mhm.
What's interesting about my films is you learn about it as you go. Like you're,
Oh,
yeah, like because I'm taking the history I know from the show and just filling in the gaps with my own creative way.
okay.
If that makes
How
sense.
do you learn about the history? That's gonna be in here somehow?
Oh yeah, it's visually like
Okay.
like the history I pulled from this to create this script. I got from an Australian magazine about the Machine Empire, and it was just a little sentence, one little sentence, and then I extended this into 20 minutes. So it's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, and all
Okay,
the
we're gonna do it.
costumes and choreography, all this is all me. I built
Someone
everything and
lock the door so chat can't leave. You lock the door, put a chair and a broomstick through it. We're gonna watch this, and we're gonna ask questions of Daniel because he took his time to create this. What
it's one of
year
my
was this? 2019.
2019. I mean, I love
It's
all my
20
work, but that's probably my top favorite scenes I ever did for the trilogy of
okay, okay,
films, like because it's so good,
okay.
in my opinion.
I I'm not gonna have any stupid questions.
You
Well, I'm
can
not
ask
gonna
me
have
stupid questions.
okay, good. I was gonna say, actually, I lied. Okay, so let's go. If it's too loud, I'm gonna keep it like around here. That gives us a little play to make it louder if chat doesn't like this. and if it's too loud, we can bring it down.
Okay.
Okay? So tell me if it's too loud, chat, because that's gonna be up to
So, sorry about my bad acting in advance. Just want to throw that.
No, I love this. Is this real or is it CG?
Well, the rain is CG,
Oh, okay.
and I drew that, but my brother's just drawing over. But I built that's Alpha's chest, and I drew all those. And then there's the helmet I just showed you, and then that's pilot episode Alpha on the shelf above.
Power Rangers.
And then that's Rita's space dumpster right there.
Lexian, good to see you, my friend. How are the repairs coming along? Slow but good, Zordon. How these things break down with you, I'll never know. Ugh, come on, can't be that bad.
Maybe up a notch?
Oh, it's alright, my friend. I just wish these machines wouldn't cause so much trouble. Lexian, it wasn't your fault. We should have known Dark Spectre would interfere and influence them in some way. It wasn't your fault. I remember like it was yesterday. My work with mechanics was getting better and better.
Don't you dare laugh. No laughing matter. Wait, she died too?
Yep.
Work for me
How?
now.
He stabbed her too.
I should let it be known that you are the new supreme command of the Machine Empire. This Machine Empire in all its glory is mine now and forever. So start your own. I don't think so, brother. It's mine. You're no brother to me. This empire is mine. Start your own. I will build better, stronger, taller, and better machines.
MAGA.
Then this universe will be mine, and you will grovel before me. I choose you to rule alongside me as my queen, Machina.
Romano, you're so cool. I love it. Finally, I'm where I've always been meant to be.
How creative. She's cool.
Thank you.
And you, I'm gone.
I'm in that too.
Oh.
I had to teach my brother how to do this.
Oh my god.
Masked Rider Black Electro Saber.
Oh hell yeah.
Let me check your system. Something went wrong.
Now I'm in the bug suit there.
Rider kick.
Oh no, he's gonna kill you. Come on, and guys, what the hell? You can do the splits?
Chill.
Yeah. Oh.
Come on. Think of something.
Yeah. Not so fast. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no. He's dehelmeted. Beheaded.
Don't kill him. Yeah. Hold it right there, King of Illinois. Because you are our creator, we will let you live. In turn, we will not invade your planet and leave your people alone. However,
Hey.
all ties you had with the paranoia are now over, and you must never return to this planet ever again.
Deal.
The new world order of the Machine Empire is now at hand. Do we have a deal?
Yeah.
Lord!
Do we?
Yeah.
It's not worth it, sir. It's my only choice.
He just doesn't like that his creations turned on him.
That one has a cool hat or
Thank
helmet thing or whatever.
They kept their word. Mondo and Eridon never invaded Edenor. They invaded almost everywhere else.
Damn. They got fucked up. Oh shit, he's even there.
Attention, people of Paranoia. His Imperial Majesty, King Mondo, leader to our machine empire, demands each and every Paranoian shall by oath allegiance to him, surrender at once, or henceforth we shall employ King Mondo's full wrath.
Something bad's gotta happen. No.
Now she's all gold instead of silver.
Ooh. She stole that lady's damn fan.
Yeah, I know. She's the queen now.
Damn, she really is. Uh-oh. Earthquake. Uh-oh.
Well, the Machine King himself. Master Vial of Gamma Vial. I know who you are. King Mondo, Queen Machina. I personally want to welcome you to the United Alliance of you myself. This is my daughter, Rita Repulsa, and my son, Rita Revolta. You'll come to know both of them in time.
They're both named Rita.
Well, I'm
One's a
sure
dude.
we'll become
Rita and
great
Rito.
allies.
Oh, Rito.
Mm-hmm.
Don't become a nuisance. We will wipe out your very existence.
Ooh.
Got shut down.
Hey, why I oughta.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's cool.
Thank you.
I don't know about this guy. He's freaking me out.
All circuits activated.
they made their own generals: Ottoman, Jarak,
Oh, hell
Stilon,
yeah.
Tesla,
Tesla.
and Vengeance.
King Mondo?
General Vengeance, lead your team.
Yes, our illustrious leader.
That. Hold on, his outfit though. Imagine some kid walking up to your house on a Halloween. He's in this, and all you want to do is help him pull his underwear up a little bit, but you don't want to touch somebody's kid. Oh shit!
I was in
I
that
love
suit.
that. I love this. This is
Thank
so
you.
good. Did you have to make up all these names or what?
Oh no, they're from the show, but I built all their
Okay.
suits.
Oh yeah. That's all.
Vader gets a story, and we don't get one on Lord Zed, so I thought I'll do it, and no one else is doing it. So,
Good for
but
you.
you
I
need.
like that.
Thank you. What's funny is you need the Machine Empire and Rita stuff and all that to help build the world for Zed and all that. Like, if that makes any sense. Like, isn't that crazy to think about? I don't know.
Yeah, this is really, really cool. And shoot, what was I going to say about it? Damn it. It's left me. I mean, I might have been smoking the herbs for some of this, all of it.
That's did it make it that much better of an experience?
It was really good. I can't believe you didn't take editing classes. I'm not surprised it took years. It's unreal. Like, I look at things differently now that I'm on this side of things, like editing and creating content. It's like, what the hell? There's so much work that goes into that, and it's so seamless. I wasn't looking, but I didn't see any like mistakes or parts that I felt it was so well done. And
Thank
it's hard to
you.
do. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. At the very end of that, there's the scene where there's like 5 of you walking forward. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I can barely get one person to show up on panel from their own house with me. And you got 5 people to show up and put on costumes and fuck around.
What's
That's a
funny,
weird,
my mom recorded that.
that's a really, that's a flex. I'm not sure you understand how, how
Well,
it is, but my friends really need to step up their game. I got some costumes and shit for y'all to wear. I got hats for us all to try on. That's fun. That's really good. Okay,
Fine.
let me try it. We'll play this scary one.
All
Somebody
right.
said it's 420 somewhere. That's not true. In 9 minutes, it'll be 420 somewhere. But I see what you did there, you stoner. Or smoke a minute. Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you. What's funny about that scene you were talking about, that was the 5 of us. It was me, like all my brothers and sisters, and then my mom recorded that. But I told her how I wanted it shot, so she just did it how I said, and then the rest I just did in editing.
Yeah, and you didn't take it. It's like something like the shot where you're talking to your brother at the desk and he's like, basically fuck off, and you had the next shot where you're talking to the camera, and that's obvious. It seems like that's shot at another time, but how did you know to shoot that? You know what I mean? That's the part about filmmaking that's fascinating to me. It's like there's so much angle and footage you have to think about while these people are in their damn costume, or you have, it's available and everything is the same. So
yeah.
Kudos.
Thank you. You'd be surprised how much of that we just did. Like I did one-on-one with my brother, or one like just with whoever was around. Some of the time, like when my sister and her ex-boyfriend were talking, they were just talking to me. There was no one on the other side for most of that. But then when they were there, we obviously did. But just it's crazy to think about.
When you needed to, you would just put on the suit and do a scene for yourself if you needed to, or is that how? Okay, so that's cool. I guess that is the bonus of having all of the cover. Like you could just find any friend and be like, okay, you're playing this guy today.
Pretty much. Like we swapped in, like everyone in my family was in Mondo's suit at one point. Like I was in it, my brother was in it, my sister was in it, my other sister, like we all, it was just trying to make him, like I tried to match his height as best I could for some of the stuff, but some of it you could tell who's taller, who's, shorter, but
it's such a good story with enough like great visual that you don't even, if you want to ruin it for yourself, you could like peek at those thoughts, but yeah, it's definitely not obvious enough that you'd be like, it matters. It was really cool. What were the suits?
Well, thank
was
you.
anything like heavy or Like nobody wanted to play that guy or anything?
Mondo, he was the heaviest because
That's why
he like
everyone ended up doing it?
yeah, because his like he's got lights in his head that were lighting up, and then his head, the crown spins and his back spins too. So
Mm.
having that all on you, it wasn't easy, but it was like it still came out cool. Either I'm very happy with how his scenes turned out because it
And
wasn't easy to shoot with that, and especially fighting in him because I was in his suit for that sword fight. So having to like, because that's the thing, I couldn't see out of him either. Like there was nothing, so I had to basically just
blind.
what's it? Yeah, I was flying blind, but I had to choreograph and know exactly where I wanted everyone to be and make it look like we were actually
It's so
hitting.
much
And
work.
so, yeah.
Which part did you like better, as far as acting, directing, or editing?
I said like, it's really fun directing. It's fun telling what you want and seeing it. Like I like being behind the camera. Though the editing is fun too. It's fun to act like because I've had that in my mind for so long, and to see it actually come to
Mhm.
like life is really cool.
I love that for
Become
you.
the
It's so cool. I've
like
met a lot of people this year who it's like their passion is just falling in line with the like I don't know. It's like, how do I say it? Because it's your ideas coming to light and like being part of those worlds that are like you were talking to me about Power Rangers 2, 3 months ago, and then the other day it goes across my screen about the sun speaking. I'm like, "This is right," and then you reach out to me about it. I'm like, "How cool," like, the thing that you love and your passion kinda become one thing. I don't know, I think it's pretty dope. My friend
it
Sparky
brought
has
us
this thing.
together.
It did, and I'm, like, nobody, so I'm just really grateful and happy that you're sharing it with me in my chat. His other sister looked hot in the suit. Pass it along. They'll be glad to hear it. That's funny. So do you still like if you started filming tomorrow, do you think you could get your siblings to help you out?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so cool. You hear that, siblings? That's how you be better siblings. I'm gonna record this bit or clip it and send it to my sister. Be like, look what they'll do when they come to so I have one sister in Georgia. When she flies out to California, I'm gonna give her that rainbow red mask that I just had and been like, "We're gonna film. Do what I say. I'm the director."
And hopefully we shoot something too, Div. I want to work on some with you eventually. I think that'd be cool. Could
I
you
would
imagine
lo
if we did some?
I would love to do anything. I mean, yeah, I can imagine it would be fun, but yeah,
Or if you did a voice or something for me, that'd be so
totally.
cool.
I'm so down if you need to. Is that something that you would need somebody just to read for you?
Possibly, yeah. Down the
Oh,
line.
I'm down to do that for free. Don't feel like you would have to pay me for that. So, just so you know, that would be a lot of fun. Unless, of course, you start making millions off my voice, then we can talk about
Yeah,
that
of course, obviously.
on the record. Just kidding. No, yeah, I would love to. That would be a lot of fun because we do live you're in the middle, right? Somewhere in the middle of the US?
Illinois, yeah, Chicago.
That's what I thought. So you're in the windy city, and it's windier than crap in California. I don't know if you know that, but it
Really?
has been
No.
I should look it up. Winds in Cali because it has been like scary windy. What? That's weird. This says 12 feet of snow, 190-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I don't feel like that's true, but this is where I'm at in the Northern Sierras. No, I'm in the Southern Sierras. What the hell's happening here?
Are
Yeah,
you in
so it's
LA?
really, really bad here. I'm north of LA.
Okay.
Yeah, 100 of Sierra Nevada, 145-mile-an-hour gusts. It's been crazy. You can like it gets windy here, and I live in a windier part because we're kind of up on a hill. But the last 2 days have been like, dang. And it's not just coming at you from like this. It's like a good example of like somebody holding onto your jacket and kind of yanking you around like this. It
Sheesh.
feels like it's hitting you from every way. It's so bizarre to be outside right now. And then it goes away, and then boom, it's hitting the house again. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like waves of air. I don't know. Wind is scary because it's like
Yeah.
it just is. But we have trampoline stuff. Everything's like battened down because like I said, we get wind. It's just crazy when it's that fast. It's a lot. Anyway, so you're and
It's like, is it
I
like
went off on a
hurricane
tangent.
wind or?
I don't really I mean, I would say no, but I don't really ever been in a hurricane. And there's no like I don't know. Again, nothing's really blowing around. We get really bad winds anyways here, so everything is kind of ready for wind, and it's not worse than ever. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's worse than average. It's intense. It's been intense for long periods of time, but it's, I'm surprised to see 190, 145. I didn't realize it was like I didn't think I was going to see that. I thought it was going to be like 70 mile per hour.
Well, one night, that's intense. That's wild.
Yeah.
But is it like no broken windows? I hope.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I was saying.
nothing.
Nothing like that. Nothing's actually flying. As far as I know, I don't really look at the news, so that could be happening in other parts of California, but not here where I'm at. I'm at the foot of the Sierra, so it's like the wind is coming off of the mountains and just rushing down. It's like so fast somehow coming down the mountains. I don't know what it is. Atmospheric wind river or whatever. I don't know. Okay, let's watch this. It's called Morphin Origins. Forever ending. Zed getting the Zeo crystal.
And that's what makes them all burn and melty face.
Ooh, oh, gross. Okay, so hide your children. This is going to be possibly scary.
I'm
wait,
curious
hold on.
for
I'm
what
going to
you'll
pause this
think
real
of it.
quick.
All right.
Okay, chat said, A-Job said, the problem with wind is that it fuels fires. Hurricanes are sustained over 140 knots and start on the coast of Africa. They all do. Yeah, that's the thing. Ours aren't sustained. The gusts are really bad. I would say sustained though is pretty good. We need a scene where Div changes her blinker fluid. Come on.
Oh, really
It's
quick.
it's 2020s. They don't put fluid in the blinkers anymore. Duh. Just kidding. What?
I was going to say one of the characters that's in this I have up here if you want to see really quick
Yes,
before
I
we
do.
play. Okay.
Hurricanes are specific. What is this?
Gold.
Is it a bear?
No, well, he's kind of he's a griffin, but on the show they would always joke about him having a monkey face. So it's kind
What?
of
That's a bear. Oh my gosh, I love this. Its mouth moves? Talks?
Yeah. I do his voice.
Oh, that was you.
Can you see it better?
That's really awesome. I can make you bigger so we can see this better. Wait, did you make it this?
Yeah.
That's my
And I see through his mouth.
Nice.
Thank you.
How do you choose what you're going to wear when you go to the cons?
Well, that's the thing. They're on a rack and some are in my closet, so I just pick whatever I feel like. So I am working on some new ones. Just gotta finish them, and
Yeah, you gotta get it done.
I'd like to bring him eventually, but it might be a little difficult.
Just how long are the cons? Like 2 days if you went to one, or just 1 day thing?
It depends. The ones out of state, like the one coming up in June, Ranger Stop, that's 3 days. So I'll probably go all 3 days to that.
And that's a 3 outfit thing?
Sometimes I'll dress up Friday and Saturday and then not dress up Sunday. But I don't know. Sometimes I play it by ear. It just, what I feel like. And it depends on who's coming too. If I know like what ranger guest or whoever I like is coming, then I'll dress up in their suit.
That's dope. Okay.
Like when I knew Jason was like in that picture you pulled up before, I knew Jason was going to be there, so I dressed up in one of his suits because I knew he'd appreciate it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So
that's a good picture. Aren't you so glad to have pictures with him? Like your face is out, you're not wearing the hat or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Skip the con, hit a rainbow gathering, or maybe catch a fish show. Wait, you don't strike me as somebody who listens to fish, although nobody ever does.
No. So
Okay. Let me push play on this. We're gonna do this.
All right.
It's only
It's not
9
long.
minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Is that ice? Is that supposed to be ice?
No, it's supposed to be rocks, like cave.
Not so fast,
Oh, okay.
Zordon.
Out of my way, Goldar.
You really think you have a chance against me? No,
Look at the
You'll
hat.
have to get past
You see
me
it.
before you get my master. And there's no way you're getting past me. And you'll cower before the power of sand.
We'll see about that.
Come on, you could do it, Daniel. Come on.
You may have beat me this time, but you have not seen the last of me. You will never succeed.
Oh, got him.
Surprise!
Uh-oh.
Out of my
no.
way, wizard.
Do you really think you're gonna stop and save him, Zordon? You couldn't even save me when we were friends.
I said, out of my way.
The only way you can save him is if you join us.
No, I'll never join the forces of evil.
Again, sorry about my bad acting.
No, I love it. It's not bad acting.
Hold it right there, Zeus. I won't let you get away with this. The Zeo Crystal will never be yours. Did you hear what it does to those who are evil?
Sirius is dead, and he never existed. I am Lord Zed, Emperor of the universe now and forever.
You don't know what you're doing, Zed. You can stop all this before it's too late. The Dark Spectre, he's poisoned your mind. Think back to your training. This isn't right.
Dark Spectre has given me more power than I ever could have dreamed. I can't believe you think you can try and stop me!
Then you
Yes,
have
I got
learned
this down.
nothing. I have no choice.
It's over, Zordon! This is the real thing!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The mighty Morphin Master shall fall by my sword, starting with you, Zordon!
Oh, nice. Get it. Grab it. Oh, the water The sound effects are perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I
Come on, stab him. Off with his head. Look at this angle.
This is your end, Zordon. The Zero Crystal is mine.
No, he just won you?
No!
Never. You don't have the Force. That's a different show. Try to warn you, Zed. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh.
My father was
Sorry.
the king of the Yamato tribe. My father
Hey,
was poisoned by a
death is
bounty hunter.
painful, or whatever was
It's
happening. to
ironic.
him.
Despite his death, I was still ordered to marry her.
What?
I had not even seen this witch. So I ran away into exile.
Okay, so he
The crystal-
stole the.
Sorry, I'll explain it after.
Okay, okay.
Alpha, I need you to watch over the power plant suite. We'll be right back. Come on, let's go, Zeus.
If you must know, I'm a bounty hunter, and I use my rage to finish the job. And when I'm done collecting the bounty, I take a little bonus. I kill my employer. I like taking their personal gain and turning it against them. Their pain is my pleasure.
He's a pretty decent actor. Uh-oh. And now he's evil? That's what happened to him. That was a bad choice, dude. Tried to tell you. You're just gonna let him suffer?
Yeah.
Wow. Is he gonna die? He's going deaf, I think. No. It's over for you, guy. You killed the guy. I don't get it. He really died?
But
why did he want it if it was going to kill him?
Because he just wanted it that bad. But basically what you saw in the flashbacks there was the crystal was judging him. It was seeing his past and seeing the good and bad about him. But he was mostly evil, so it just basically killed him, you know?
Yeah. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, yeah,
It
you
took
guys
2 hours to apply all that.
Well, you had to apply this?
Yeah, I applied it to my sister's friend, the blonde guy. He actually wore. So he was a soldier.
Prop. What the crap?
I mean, it is. It's a mask, but I, had to put it on and get all the makeup to look right, and his neck. And,
Wow, that's really good.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad we watched this with you so that you could help me understand it. Wow. You could never appreciate the amount of work that goes into that, but you do a really good job of making it look easy.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. So in order to find the easiest way to find it is just to type in Morphin Origins on YouTube. Do you upload anywhere else? I see a Facebook thing here.
I got banned in 2019 around the same time as Alex Jones. So no, that
Oh shit.
doesn't
Okay.
exist anymore.
Okay, good. So there's hope for him yet. He's not on Facebook. Someone replaced the battery in the smoke detector? Oh, because the way it ends? Yeah, he died. He couldn't hear anymore. That's how everyone dies. That was really good. Do you just watch a lot of movies? Like, how do you I don't know.
Pretty much, yeah,
I'm
I go the
impressed.
Tarantino route. Because that's what he did. And he watched lots of movies and then just took what he learned, and that's why
Yeah.
same thing.
Well, that's what I'm learning as I like start doing my own. When I started editing, I would watch shows and I would think of like, oh, they cut it there, or they're using this effect or that effect. And now I watch it for like, how do they lay out the show or this or that? Because yeah, like I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Someone's doing this. Like, how are they doing it? And what do I like to see? Because that's the kind of stuff I want to do because I
Yeah.
like it. So yeah, I like that. It's really whoever you're. Do you have like you said Tarantino, but do you have like a big influence, or would that be it?
Spielberg. Spielberg was a big one
Spielberg.
growing up.
Okay.
Jurassic
Cool.
Park is what made me want to be filmmaker. It was the right film, right time, right everything. Plus, I just love dinosaurs. But it was one of those things where it's like, I want to do this. I want to create that. I want to, want to do that.
Really?
Hmm.
God, that's so cool that you have a moment that you can point to.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
I remember I saw Jurassic Park at the theater, the first one when it came out, and my older sisters, and they were like, "It is so scary." They were like, me and my little sister, we had to be, we'll hold your hand type shit. And went to the theater and watched the whole movie, and I was like, that wasn't scary. Like I thought it was a good movie, but I wasn't like scared of it. It's really cool to think that there was someone in some audience going, "I want to do this." That's so cool. And you're doing it, so you're not just like, "It would have been cool if," like, you're really doing it.
Yeah.
Do you have
Well, thank
filmmakers
you.
in your family? Because I just can't imagine you must have this in your blood somehow.
I'm the only one. It's everyone else is a lawyer or a doctor, so I'm the only artist.
Well, it's definitely like, whew, I'm glad that they're all with you then to encourage you, and it's different than what they do because I mean, you're not just I wouldn't say it. This is really impressive
Thank you. I do
what
my
you're trying to
best.
do. And on the side, he solves suicide and murder mysteries about his favorite people. If he loves you, he will immortalize you in fan art, and he will also not let your death get just swept under some random rug. He loves
Well,
his
Jason
stuff.
was another, like Spielberg. Jason was another one who really changed changed me. It was again like seventh or eighth grade. I remember reading because there was a time where I quit a couple times. Like I stopped watching at Lost Galaxy at one point, but then because at that point we thought Power Rangers was gone. At that point, that was 1998. Like it's been threatened, like it was canceled many times. By that time, we thought it was over. So I just rewatched Green with Evil. I remember seeing Jason, and I remember when Kimberly gave him that look, like he's such a. I remember like that's what got me to take the martial arts more seriously. It's like, because wait a minute, I want that look she's given him for me. So he But as a kid,
Aw.
when I was a kid, I didn't take the martial arts seriously as I do now. So, but he was a big turning that. It's like, wait a minute, I want to do what he does because that's just cool, and the way he moves and kicks, like if that
That
makes
is
any
that
sense.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I was meaning to ask you if you also trained or practiced any type of martial arts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't wanna say obviously because you do all the moves, but, I guess you could move. Okay, so you do train, like, weekly? Or is it something you currently do, or is it an old thing, or what's that like?
Oh no, I still do. I teach Taekwondo, and I'm a black belt, and stuff like that. I'm working on getting my second degree, and then third. I want to be the same level. Jason was, he just got recently turned into Hanshi, which is, or what? No, that's 8th degree. He just got his honorary 9th degree. So,
Oh wow.
yeah. So I want to be that level. I want to be that good. So,
I
but I'm
love
working
that.
on.
Okay. I love that he is like sitting wherever, with the maker, doing whatever and he gets to know like people his life meant something. Like you're using him as your like goal for Oh, I love that. That's really dope that
Thank
he's
you.
like your inspiration.
And we share a lot of similarities. Like he didn't want to do anything that anyone else has done before. He went like his
Mm.
Legend of the White Dragon. That's his thing. He wanted to do it. That's his own creation. It's Power Rangers somewhat. Like my stuff is Power Rangers somewhat, but like mine's more the villain side. His Legend of the White Dragon thing is his own idea, and it's his thing. And then he did some Bloodshot that was also his. Just anything, it was him.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? It was his own original
Yeah,
idea.
I'm glad you said that because you've mentioned it a couple times that his thing, what was it? The dragon thing?
Legend of the White
Mm.
Dragon.
Legend of the White Dragon. I noticed on Instagram that was about to come out, and you mentioned
Yeah,
it, like, he was about to have his project. It's not just like he was about to have something come out, I'm realizing that was his thing.
that's
He
his
wanted to be
thing.
different and come out with a thing. Okay, that gives it a lot more significance. I understand why you were saying that now. Like, it's not just like he had a thing coming out, like, that somebody else was doing. This was his project. Oh,
And that's another as we were saying, like another route where I go the conspiracy mind, why other people might not have liked it, because he was still kissing Saban's ring at that point. He was still like, because at one point he had too many Rangers in it, and Saban said you can't have too many past Rangers in this; it's too similar.
mm,
So I think, and as I hate to say it, Kanye said it too. They're very Jewy, so he probably like there's lots of you're messing with the wrong cartel. And if you like, because
oh,
at that
wrong
point,
pocket.
same with
Mhm.
Hasbro too. He didn't want to do Once and Always, and he didn't want to come back for Cosmic Fury. Both of those things, Once and Always and Cosmic Fury. So and he left on very bad terms with them. So I think him doing his own thing ticked them off even more. It's like, wait a minute, this is Ranger
Yeah,
related. We aren't going to let you be as successful without us. So that's another reason I think they might have, or another possibility of who might have killed him. Like, and again, I don't think it's out of the realm. These corporations do it. You can, like, that's the sad thing too. I can't prove a lot of this, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen or it's not a possibility. It
totally.
very much could be.
Totally. I am conspiratorially minded. I definitely believe in a lot of that stuff. Especially when it's so easy for it not to make sense. Like, he went into his room, he locks the door, and he's like, I gotta hurry and kill myself real quick. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Leave a note, do something. I don't know. The fact is that he is gone. Do you feel like it would be disrespectful to try to find like body worn cam footage from
No, I want to know. I want to see it for myself too. I was like, what, like, couldn't, like, because then that backs up even further. Could people have come in and, killed him?
Mhm,
Or did Tammy, like, because what if it could prove Tammy wrong too, but it could also prove her right. Like, okay, is what you're saying true? Then back it up.
mhm,
I want to see
mhm,
it.
because
So,
at the end of the day, besides this, if you found out that, you know, whatever, all let's just say all this miracle footage came out. There's footage of them laughing in the room by some other couple, and then you find out that the body cam footage, she is sleeping in the lobby, and they do kind of try to wake her up, and her reaction is what you would expect somebody mourning to act like. Let's just say all that happened. Would you be like, "Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry I accused her," or you would just be like, "Ah, well, I'm glad she didn't do it." Like, how do you feel about Tammy as far as that goes?
I would change my mind. It would, because then we'd see the proof, the evidence. Because everybody, that's the one thing. Like I get called a flat earther, like by the Henry guy I mentioned earlier, because for being just questioning this stuff when, again, he had her on. You think he'd ask some of the tough questions I'm asking here, like what were those discussions? What were you talking about? But instead, they went off, basically talked about what's your favorite color and just things that have nothing to do with it. So it's like, what? Like, you got her here. Ask her the tough questions if she can handle. And then, just as I watch her other interviews, and just a lot of it, she says she was a cutter, so that doesn't help her, in my opinion. That's like, no, you made his life more miserable too with your own issues and your other kids and stuff. Like, she even called, again, Jacob isn't great, but she said he'd be like, I think that divorce screwed his family up even further, because
Sounds like he. Oh,
his ex-wife Shauna, they might not have been perfect together either, but at least she didn't lead to his suicide. Like, I think, like it is when like my parents are divorced, and I know I'm screwed up in a lot of ways because of it, but like, you can't think them getting divorced that young is not gonna have some sort of effect on them. And she, you know, she was a home wrecker, and people they can't deny it. She wrecked a perfectly nice home, and maybe
oh, oh. So they met while he was married to the first wife.
yeah. And she was
Ooh.
from what again, the vagueness, but somewhat, from what I know, she was a stripper. So some tells me that Jason and Shauna were probably having a rocky time. Eric, his brother, probably took him out, or one of the group of friends, whatever. Been like, again, he was a big deal at that point. They probably went to a strip club, take his mind off things, and then they just ended up becoming really close, and then just eventually led to the downfall.
Damn. And they were married for 19 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about her. I mean, hopefully I don't get a lot of hate for the way I feel about her, but
Oh
like
no.
she sounds very manipulative.
Yeah.
Like she's
Sounds-
like the Yoko Ono. She done fucked up the band.
Yeah, she did. Again, maybe Shauna and Jason weren't perfect beforehand, but she definitely didn't help. She made things a lot worse. And
Shayna, yeah.
yeah, well, the ex-wife Shauna before
Oh, the
Tammy.
ex-wife. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Has she come out and made any
Yeah.
statements or anything like that as far as how his mental health was?
No, which I would like. I wish she, like, a part of me is glad she's not, but at the same time, I'd also like something to verify
Yeah.
more. But from what I know about Shauna, is she had a stroke and she's not doing well. So,
Oh, dang.
and
Well,
I think
prayers
that
for
could have been
her.
another thing. Yeah, like another guilt thing for Jason too. You have that, like, because when you're taking care of somebody like that, you don't really think about your other problems and, you know, trying to. But I'm in the minority on this stuff. Like, I'm
Hey,
not Team
I'm, like,
Tammy.
with you. I'm willing to I'm not attached one way or another. I'm conspiratorial minded, call me flat earther, I'm super fine with that. I don't know how the globe works.
Oh,
I'm more of a donut
same
earther,
here.
to be fair, pizza or whatever you're into. But, I would prefer to err on the side of, let's ask more questions because there is a person who's no longer here, and he had people who love him, so it's like, until it's definitive, there's really no problem with asking questions,
No.
honestly. And, I spend a lot of time in watching true crime and I guess not a lot of time, but enough time, and I really enjoy it that it's like, you know, something could happen one day where it's like, "Hey, remember how the story didn't make sense? Here's a person was there and they're willing to talk about it," or something, who knows what. At the hotel, like, there's people that work in the lobby of the hotel, they could still work there.
Yeah.
Well, let's investigate. What town in Texas was it?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's one of the things they won't say. They won't say the hotel. They won't say, um,
Hmm.
like, and it's like, I want to know.
That is interesting. I feel like you would probably know if anyone knew, because 'cause you've known a lot of things that I never even came across, like the name of the friend that supposedly wanted them to get back together.
Tony, yeah. He was another dude who came on that Henry Guy's interview show. And just again, like, it's interesting because what came out, like, oh yeah, I hooked him up. It's like, what else did you hook him up with? What else did you do? And just things like you got to wonder. And I don't think there's anything wrong with asking questions.
There's not. And you're a very, very big fan. Like, to you, I don't know. There's probably a part, I don't want to speak for you, but maybe there's a part that's like, I don't know, doesn't want him to have wanted to die. Like.
Yeah.
Because he was one of your heroes. So it's like, dang. I don't know. I don't know what that could be like, but I can imagine that it's a normal state of mind to be in more of a denial about the story, be like, more foul play than anything, because this is my guy.
Yeah. Again, with the movie coming out that he was doing cons, I don't think he was ready. I don't think he wanted to. He had to, plus again, as said, the divorce, he had to keep working to even pay for it. So he wouldn't take himself out just to, if he had to continue all that nonsense,
Right. Yeah, I'm totally with you. I think it's fun to conspiracy. Sparky showed up. He said, "Sup, sorry, I was streaming also. Hi, Div. Hey, we actually were on YouTube and we did see you streaming. We almost clicked in, but we don't know anything about Camelot or whatever you're talking about. And we do know that Mr. Medicare is getting you into trouble. So that part we ended up watching some of Daniel's videos. Really, really good editing, really good work, fun fanfic, what I call it.
Fan films?
Fan films? Okay, yeah, really cool fan films. I'm so proud to know you. We're creeping in on 3 hours. I would be okay if we left, but if you have more to talk about, then I do want to hear it. I don't want to miss anything. As far as Power Rangers go, you don't have to. I don't want to talk too much Daniel yet because I do want to do a second show with you. So
I love that. Can we do that? Oh, that'd be great.
I want to pry into your life a little bit. I got a lot of questions.
I think that'd be
I'm
fun.
really nosy. Yeah, maybe we should do it recorded and not live, just in case I, get out.
No.
No? Okay.
You're fine, nosy. Like, it's not annoying. You're not annoying, nosy. There are some people who are, but you ain't that.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate you saying that. But is there anything I almost said Star Wars. What is this one again? Power Rangers related that you feel like we missed? Jason, David, Frank, I guess, related because it was more focused today than anything.
Let me think. Is there anything else with his
We talked about Tammy. We talked about them keeping his Instagram open, which I find creepy. We spoke about all our fun conspiracies, his children. We talked about Sky a little. We watched your dope videos. I feel like I'm so much more equipped to have I don't know that I'll ever have an in-depth Power Ranger conversation like this one again, but I'm basically an expert.
If you basically now, because as I said, you learn what you learn through those, because that reference that was like him getting the crystal was only referenced once in a joke on the show, but I took and did a whole thing on it.
Yeah,
What's funny? The comics ripped me off on that. They ripped off some of my imagery. I'll have to show you. If you look on my YouTube in the community part, I show the comparison of the pictures between the comic and me and what they took my imagery.
Wow, I don't know if that's flattering or if that's fucked up, but we'll like give him a sort of like this, kind of like, you should have like put Daniel's name in the book, you dick.
It's a mix of both. Like in Flare, they like my imagery that much, but it's like, come on, credit me. Like you can say my book. Yeah.
Say my name, put my damn YouTube channel out there. Sparky, I was sort of half talking about you earlier. Daniel's kind of like found his sweet spot and happens to know the people and has like in the world that he also loves creating in. And I was saying, my friends this year that I've, really enjoy being around I was thinking about you, Sparky, and like how you, like I met him in this weird, like VR YouTuber thing, VTuber costume. And through he was talking about Mr. Medicare, and then one day it's like, hey, he's streaming again. Hey, he ended the show with my song. It was just amazing to see the worlds collide and like people get to do what they love with the people that they love, I freaking love it. So, yes. No, you don't have to rewatch. I only spoke. I don't even know if I said that last part about Sparky, but when I was talking to him about Worlds Colliding, I almost brought you up, thinking, these people, like, it's really dope to see. I love it. It's like deja vu a little bit, where it's like to me, deja vu, it feels like that's a confirmation that you're walking your right path. Now, obviously, I can't experience it for you, but when I see it from the outside, I'm like, oh my gosh, they found their thing. Like, I'm forever searching about what I'm going to be when I grow up. I'm 42, so like, hopefully I find it soon. But I think it's cool when people know it already. I think it's so cool that you saw a movie and were just like, that's my thing. And now
Isn't that
we get to
crazy?
experience it. It's fucking dope. You're like, I know you're following like this, your guy, and he's your inspo, but like, you're very inspirational. Your story itself is very cool.
Well, thank you. I'm glad. Well, you're one of the few who appreciate that. Like, that's kind of interesting.
Aw. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing more about Daniel the next time that we talk. I know a big part of you is Power Rangers, and obviously your life, it seems to be turning into part of your life's work. But there's got to be more to you than that. Like, there has to be more. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, what's so
Again,
funny about those clips is that stuff I always wanted to see. Like, I'm making what I like, because the show would never they would touch on it, but they would never go into that depth like I want to. So it's one of those things where, like, well, if you won't do it, I'll do it. And the comics,
and people want to
like,
see it.
exactly, yeah. Because I can't be the only one who wants to see Zed skinless and the whole backstory of that.
Or just have like a little bit of piece of. I went ahead and put your YouTube channel into the comments. People want
thank you.
more lore as much as they can get of it. It's like, God, it's like Duck Dynasty. I am currently still obsessed from the time I decided to finally watch it till it ended, which I think is when I got into it. I bought the whole season. I watched them all. I still watch them. But then they got a podcast and another podcast. And I'm like, yes, even though it's not Duck Dynasty, I still want to like experience their little pieces of these characters that I loved so much. So I can understand why people would really enjoy fan films or fan anything, really. It's morphin' time. Yeah, so
Do you do
everyone
duck hunting?
please.
Just curious, Steve. Are you a duck hunter?
But I did get duck calls for my last birthday, and I will one day try to get a duck with one, but no. I sort of only shoot at snakes at the current moment.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an unpopular opinion because they're not rattlesnakes, but I'm not going to figure that out. I'm just going to shoot them and ask questions after the fact.
You don't know if they're poisonous. Gotta be careful on that.
I do. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I can tell they're not rattlesnakes, but the fear of snakes is such a high factor on this like PTSD chart of mine that I made up for this. And I don't want to fuck with the snake ever.
Okay, how do you know that just because they're not rattlesnake doesn't mean they're not poisonous? Like, there are other poisonous ones. So
I didn't know that, so there you go.
Yeah.
Now they really have no chance. They never really had a chance. I was always going to murder them.
You gotta be careful. Like, it's the black and yellow ones. And white, if you see those stripes on them, you gotta be careful. Those are the poisonous ones.
I just found the pictures of the snakes that I killed last year. There were 2 of them, big snakes. Okay, were there 2 or 3? There might have been 3 of them, but oh God, I'm getting all my snakes confused right now. One point, I opened the back door, and I couldn't. I like opened 4 inches, and I'm like, "What the heck?" And I close, and I open it again, and I look out, and it's because I'm getting caught on a snake's body. I'm like, "Oh God, how do I get out of my house? What am I supposed to do?" But the day that we had the other snakes, my dog was like, he's really good at being obsessed with poisonous things. If he smells a black widow or a recluse or I don't even know if they spiders, annoying things or things that would make me scream. He's really good at just being obsessed with them. And I've learned to even mice, he'll be like, there's something here. So he was doing it when I've learned to trust him after enough years that he was doing it one day in an odd spot. And I was like, what is it? And I moved the thing out of the way and there's a snake. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe there's a big ass snake here. And I go, and I'm like, after that, I'm walking in the house. and I'm just about to go in, and I look to my left, and there's another snake. I'm like, I gotta move. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, but they're like garter snakes, or I don't know. They're definitely, I should keep them because then I wouldn't have the mice. Once a year, or at least once a year, there'll be a mouse that tries to live in my house. And apparently I wouldn't have that problem if I had a snake. But I could, I'll just, yeah, I'm going to deal with the mouse.
Just set a mousetrap, yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, but mice are smart. I don't know if mice or rats, but one of them is smart. And I don't know which one I have either because I'm not an expert. But they learn. They like avoid the thing. So I actually think I've got them. At this point, they're not coming into the house in their fancy ways and like disturbing life. So I'm like, that's fine. I do live on acreage. I do live like that'll be a problem that at least they're not able to get in anymore. Because that was fucking gross.
But California's got some freaky bugs and like wildlife over there. Like you guys got the flying spiders. I've seen pictures of those. That's freaky.
No way.
I hate that.
Don't tell me about that. Let me Google it.
Oh yeah. It's a
I
thing.
don't think. Let's look. There are jumping spiders. Is that the thing?
Oh yeah, those too.
That's a flying spider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one has wings.
Yeah, it's a thing. Sadly,
I've never seen this. I would die about this.
Thank goodness.
We do have the little jumping thing, but I have not seen a winged spider. I don't know what I would do. We have a lot of messed up stuff. Okay, hold on. Let me share this. This is absolutely gross. Hold on. I'm going to share this, and then we're going to take off, but I got to show chat the most gross thing in the world.
Really quick, you know what's funny? Like, I'm no fan of snakes either, but ironically, one of my favorite Power Ranger monsters is a snake. It's called Snizzer, and Bryan Cranston did the voice of him a while back.
Gross. I hate snakes. These are baby spiders on it. Oh, it's a butt. That's spiders right there.
See, that's freaky. I don't like that.
That is really freaky. Ballooning spiders, gliding spiders, spider flies. What am I checking? Okay, yesterday was kind of okay. Hold on, let me look at this big black flying ant thing.
Oh yeah,
I had this big black flying ant thing on me yesterday. Oh, holy shit! That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so yesterday I was wearing my sweater blanket. It's a big sweater blanket, right? And I left my office here and I went into the other office and I'm sitting there and something kind of like makes my shoulder itch. And so I itch my shoulder and my retrospect, I'm like, I think I felt something, but I didn't think something of it. Could have been a seam, I guess. And then like 5 seconds later, I feel something else like a little bit further down and I itch it. And I realized, like, light bulb moment, like, oh my God, something. So I take my sweater and I grab the bug because I know it's a bug. And I get my sweater off and I pull the arm inside out. And I don't know what I thought I was going to see, but I didn't think it was going to be one of these. And so I open it up and there it was. I'm like, oh, like, how the hell did this thing get in my arm? Oh my God, I can't even believe it. And this is what it was. An amazing secret behind the flying ant. Wow.
They're the worst. There's a lot of them. Like they're coming this time of year too.
It didn't bite me or anything, so I just the thought about it makes me itch all over. I hate this thing. Okay, whew. So I have to remember to go to chat. I'm going to leave your link in the comments and in the description. So if anyone is here and wants to go check out Daniel's amazing work, you should go do that. Yeah, thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. Thank you for having me, Divinity. I love coming here. I love hanging. But again, this was a long time. This was a long time coming. So I'm glad we did it, and hopefully we'll do it again.
Yeah, totally.
I had a good time.
Love that. Yeah, I love talking to you. It's a lot of fun. You said it was just YouTube, but do you have a Twitter?
I do.
At
YouTube, Twitter, and Rumble.
Oh, I didn't put your Rumble channel here. Okay, let me look for it on Rumble really quick.
All right.
Do you focus more on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'd like to get that big, or what was it? 100,000 or whatever it is where you can get the plaque. That's one of my big goals to, or small goals, working in the plaque. But obviously get my
100K?
films done and, do that.
Yeah.
Not sure if that makes any sense, but I'd like to get that one. Like, no, I made a dent in the world in some way.
There you go. Sparky said, sure, it wasn't a hawk wasp in fall out. I don't know, but this whole thing makes me itch. They're a pain in the butt. Very, very painful sting. It looked like this big black ant thing. I didn't think it was an ant when I saw it though. Because it was just too big to be an ant, But
Yeah.
it could have been a hawk wasp. I'm not really sure. Are they? Hold on. Actually, I said I was gonna leave, but I'm almost not gonna yet. Hawk wasp. Oh my god, it could have been. Every time I see the bugs, it makes me itch. Like, oh, suddenly, everything itches. Totally could have been this. A
We're
tarantula
not
hawk. Is that
insect
what
people.
this is? Ew, it could have been this. Tarantula hawk. These wasps paralyze the spider to feed them to their young. Although the tarantula hawk wasp's sting is said to be the most painful of any insects found in North America. It's not aggressive to humans. You know what's really,
Yeah.
really scary?
Mm.
Like, honestly, now that I read this, is that so I was in the other office. I told you I got out of my sweater, I had it all, and then I looked at it. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I threw it. And I was like, oh my God. And my husband was like, oh, it was nothing. And I'm like, no, dude, there was a big ass black thing. Didn't you see it? He's like, no, you're tripping. And he like picks his fuzz off the carpet. He's like, was it this? I'm like, no, I saw what I saw. It was a real bug. And I went through the sweater and everything, and I never saw it. I had to wash it. I'm still afraid to wear it. It's gone through the washer and dryer, but I'm afraid it has that bug in there. I don't want to wear it. But that's the thing. It's probably under one of the desks in the other office because I didn't kill it and never saw it
You
again.
didn't kill it?
I never
I
saw
thought you
it. I
killed
could
it.
never verify it. No, it's
It could
just
still be
living
around
in my
there
head.
somewhere.
I know. Thank God it wasn't in here, or I would die right now. So basically, I almost died yesterday. We almost didn't have this show because this thing tried to kill me. Just kidding. It didn't even bite. I screamed in space and then it left. That was how it ended for real. But in my mind, I almost died. Okay. So bye,
Stupid
guys.
flying
We'll
ant.
see you. Yeah, no, tarantula hawk. That's
Or
way
tarantula.
more dangerous than a flying ant. I like that version better. It's like the time you were chasing the snake. I killed a snake on Discord with my friends in my there was a little snake that I saw on the porch one time, and everyone was gone, and I was like, they were working in the garage and they left to the store to buy a part or whatever. And so I'm talking on Discord, blah, 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 and I am on the front porch and I'm like, oh my God, a snake, you guys, and I show it to him and I'm like, and so it takes off the other way. And I was like, okay, it's leaving. Haha. And then it takes a right into the garage. I'm like, oh no, I can't scare a fucking snake into the garage right before they're about to come in and lay on the floor in the garage. So I take the time to find the gun, the air dart, the air gun. Because I don't think I could find a BB gun. And so I ended up with the shooting with the air thing. But I did it on Discord. I set up the phone and I got his ass a couple times. And then I ran out of darts. They were like sticking out of him. And so I went and I got him one shot with a BB. And he said, and I killed him. And I was so fucking proud of myself. My friends on Discord were proud of me. And I walk out and the dudes come home. And I was like, saved your guys' life. I killed a snake. And they were like, that's fucked up. That snake wasn't going to do anything to you. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, it took
You don't know
everything I
that.
had.
Could have been. Yeah.
They don't, like I said, they underestimate my PTSD. And I should have let it kill him. Now that I think about it. Suicide is what we would have fucking called it. All right, guys. Take it easy. Bye, Dan. Bye, you guys. I'll see you on the other side, Daniel.